Oh, hello.
Bam, 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 bam.
There we go. All right, there we go. Now they can see us.
It's back to just the Mark and Starla show. No,
Mark and Starla show.
no more Amber. I'm really sad about it. For real. I didn't know what to do with myself yesterday without her here. I like woke up and expected to see her sitting on my couch and she wasn't there. Oh, but there she is.
Hello, Amber.
So for those who are joining us, I see that we have people flooding in. Just a quick reminder for shop critiques. We will tell you when to start putting your shops into the chat, but you're not going to put your shop link. You want to actually go to your storefront and right where your actual shop name is. I'm going to just grab a...
Yeah, let's just go to a random shop on the main page here.
Okay.
All right, let's F11 that. Let's go.
What you're going to grab is this.
Either that right there.
See that?
Just this, or let me...
They can't see the URL.
Yeah, I'm working on it.
There you
go. Where it says Etsy. I can't zoom this in, unfortunately. Etsy.com/shop/ and then we just need the thing that's after that /
Just the shop name.
Yeah.
Because that's the only way we'll be able to search for you.
Yes.
Okay.
But do not post it now.
Yeah.
Wrong one.
We'll tell you in after we get through our news and announcements because tomorrow is the big webinar. Hooray! Did you guys hear webinar tomorrow? I've sent so many emails about it. I've made multiple posts about it. I have been talking about it for a couple weeks.
We're going to keep talking about it.
Yes. Tomorrow is Brand Planet. That everybody who's attended Brand Planet in the past, you can, let everybody know if you like it.
It's our good webinar.
It's our summer webinar isn't our bad webinar. This is the big webinar. This is the one that people like the most. Brand Planet is an exercise that you will get to do tomorrow live with me, where you are going to build your branding through psychology and atmosphere. Now, basically what that means is when you walk into like a mall store that just has a complete vibe about it, it gives you a feeling, whether that be like a designer feeling, or maybe you walk into a store that has like, I don't know, I'm trying to think of something that isn't designer.
I don't know what you were going for there.
Like a hippie boutique with incense and tie-dye. Like, you know what I mean? Every brand has a feeling. And tomorrow we're going to be building your brand's planet together. This is my most popular webinar. I actually presented it at this big, huge live public speaking event. For those of you who know what the Raw Artist Fair is, I spoke in front of 1,200 people. It was crazy, and it was loud, and it was scary, and I almost peed myself because it was the most people I had ever stood in front of. But I decided to take that presentation, turn it into a webinar, and every year I present it in December in celebration of Handmade Alpha Academy, because this gives you a little free sample of my teaching style. Handmade Alpha Academy is open now. It opened on the 1st, and it is open until the 10th for enrollment. But that doesn't mean that you have to start in that time frame. It is a self-paced program. You can start on it whenever you want. You can work at your own pace. But we keep those enrollment periods tight because Mark and I do want to make sure that it's tight, bro. We want to make sure that we have plenty of time to work with the new students coming in, and we can't do that if people are just perpetually flooding in. So we keep those small. But that is open now. If you want me to coach you personally, the link to enroll with the discount is down below. If you go directly to handmadealphaacademy.com and enroll from that page, you're going to be paying $1,000 more because you guys are here during my live stream. It shows that you're a community member you are a community member discount. It shows that you're a community member, therefore you get the discount. Yes. So that's handmadealphaacademy.com/VIP. You just add the /VIP, and that's the discount page.
Course is open.
It is open.
Go do it.
And the registration link for the webinar tomorrow, if you want to join for that, that's down below. Now, you don't have to want to sign up for HAA to attend that.
And the webinar's free.
Yeah, the webinar itself is completely free. You can come hang out. You can, take some notes and get your shop ready for the new year, because that's why we do this one in December. A nice shop refresher. Even if you don't plan to enroll in HAA, I still recommend coming to it. There isn't a big long sales pitch at the end. I would rather win over your heart by giving you content that you can actually apply the same day and learn from, rather than piling you into a webinar where you don't learn anything and then the entire thing is just a big boring sales pitch like 90% of webinars are. Not a fan of that. Those are a big waste of time, and right now nobody has time with the holidays so close. So
how many times a year do you open enrollment? Can't do it this year, but would love to sign up next time. We do enrollment twice a year. We do it on December 1st and June 14th.
Yep.
If we get the update done to it, we might do a little mini, like 2 or 3 day enrollment thing in the middle of spring next year. Who knows? But that's assuming we can get it all done, because it is an astronomical amount of work.
Yeah.
So
we're doing a little update, but no matter when you enroll, you get the update for free.
Yeah, yeah, you get your lifetime membership, all that fun stuff.
Yeah, you get everything. We just want to enhance the sound because we have a better microphone.
Yeah, better sound, better visual quality. We want to break it apart more.
Yeah.
And then this person said that this counts too much for me, is $1 is almost 15 Turkish. I'm gonna say lira. Is that what that is? Lira?
Okay, that's why we have so much free content. That's why we're here every week. So you can hang out with us and take advantage of anything that we produce. 90% of what I do is free. We open our course twice a year, and that's the only time you have to hear about anything that I sell other than 𝔸𝕚𝕚𝕒𝕟 merch, which that's really just so you can copy my marketing.
And that money doesn't go to us anyway.
Yeah.
I mean, how many videos are we up to now? I've got
This is episode 80 of the Friday Beam.
Of the Friday Beam, but that doesn't include our uploaded video. It doesn't even have a count for how many videos we have. We have a lot of videos. We have a lot of free content out there, and we'll continue uploading free content for you for pretty much forever. So,
all right. So
go ahead and get shop names.
All right. Yeah. Go ahead and throw your shop names in. Don't post them more than once unless we start asking for repeats. We choose these completely randomly. So please don't get upset at us if you don't get picked. Another thing that I want to point out is, even if you don't get picked, please look at how I am critiquing other shops, because you can learn so much from watching me critique other shops. And you can look at your own shop and identify the same problems and make those changes. So I would get out like a pen and a piece of paper if you don't already have one out. And then for those who I do critique, or, if you're just taking notes, keep in mind that tomorrow during Brand Planet, we're going to do a full branding exercise together. So this is really like a pre-webinar game up. We can start here, and then webinar tomorrow, you can start making the changes or thinking about the changes that you'd like to make for your brand. So maybe today we'll really focus on branding for critiques. Yeah? Sound like a plan, Mr. Man?
Yeah, sorry, I was thirsty.
Mr. Thirsty?
All right, we'll give it a minute, because they're still like rolling in.
Rolling. All right.
Let's not do awful songs like that. Also, after this, if you still have questions over in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community, I have an AMA posted specifically for me. So if you think of something random about HAA that you want to ask and don't want to wait for an email, I'm going to be going to that once or twice a day until enrollment closes. So head on over to the Handmade Alpha Facebook community, and you can ask any further questions you have there.
If you want to ask him things, if you want to
it'll
ask,
be me specifically.
Yeah, that's questions for him. But if you have questions about Handmade Alpha Academy, like you want to know if it's for you, you can also email us at starla@handmadealphaacademy.com. We will be monitoring that inbox nonstop until enrollment closes.
Yeah, so if you have a private question that you don't want to ask
in the group
publicly, you can ask Starla@handmadealphaacademy.com, and we both look at that inbox.
Yep.
So
let's do it.
You've done mine in the past, but I've tweaked it a bit based on advice. So there's that. Okay. If you get chosen.
Yeah.
It is totally random. I just scroll up and down with my mouse, look away, and I click, and it'll do a highlight, and whatever the closest one to what I'm highlighting is the one that I do.
We should make you a blindfold.
A blindfold.
Yeah.
Sexy alpha blindfold.
Okay, right.
I know at least one of you has got but the thing is I have to be able to target my mouse, so.
Oh, okay.
And there we go. Okay.
Who do we got?
Don't say it out loud, because sometimes it doesn't work.
And we don't want
we don't want you to know. Because then people get all meh.
Well, then you would be really sad if.
Then you would be really sad. So you don't get to know.
All right, let's see if this one works. Yeah.
And then I can refresh it because for some reason Edge doesn't let things load the first time. F11 right. And screen share. Hey there, look at that. I'll take the faces away. That way we're not in the way. A big old fat head. And then we will.
There we go.
Zoom in. Take the top away. Take the top away again. There we go. Okay.
And we have Janelle. Janelle, the first thing that I notice immediately is that I like all of this. Not a fan of the kitties. Kitties are cute. If they're a part of your branding,
They are.
Yeah, I see that this isn't quite a logo. I'm not sure if it's just something cute that you've added on there or if you've used this as a logo. If it's a logo, I would try to simplify it. It's
something a little less intricate.
Yeah, and if it's just on there because it's cute, I don't really feel like it fits what I'm seeing down here. I like the yarn. I get what you're going for. And if you drew it, it's very, very cute, maybe for marketing and things like that. But it's a little detailed. I would go simpler. I would honestly be happy to just see your banner because right away I should feel what your branding colors are, what message you're trying to get across to me. I would almost like to see I'm assuming that this is your branding font. I would like to see this a little bit bigger and centered. I'm assuming your sale little icon here is probably only for the holidays. Maybe move that into the corner. Overall, I do like the colors. It's very bright, and I really like this font. I would just like to see this a little bit bigger and maybe a more simplified image because it just doesn't fit. It's a little blurry. It kind of looks hand-sketched, whereas everything else is very crisp lines. Mm-hmm. I will say that your banner itself with the font is very crisp. A lot of the time we look at alpha shops and their banners are kind of blurry, but your banner is really nice. This image is just a little blurry and it's kind of throwing off the vibe because I'm not quite sure how to feel and the colors aren't consistent. If these are your branding colors, the purpley and the pinky and the white and maybe even the yellow, I like this combination. I'm not seeing it also translated here. So I would just try to go either simpler or try to get the rest of your banner to match this aesthetic with the very like sketched cats. Let's go ahead and move on. You are a star seller, which is awesome. Let's see. You've got a shop announcement with your holiday shipping cutoff dates, which is perfect. You always want to make sure that those are right out in the open. This right here, this area, you can SEO optimize this. I would make sure that you add in, because this is your brand name, I would try to put what you sell in here other than just crochet creations. Crochet creations is probably not something that someone is searching. I would be a little bit more specific. Crocheted plushies. What else do you make? Is it just plushies? You could even put crocheted plushies and more. Crocheted. I can't think of anything, but do some research with erank.com and try to find maybe some crocheted related terms that people are searching for and get those into this little tagline here. There are very few areas that Etsy's actually reading for your SEO. This is one of them. Shop sections are one of them, though they don't hold a lot of weight. And then your tags and titles, but not your descriptions. So let's take a peek. Your photos are cute. A couple of them are kind of confusing. This one,
I don't know what that is.
I have no. I mean, I can tell that they're Christmas trees. But I don't know what they are. I'm a little confused. But obviously, Christmas products probably won't be in your shop for very long.
And you have a mismatch of quality, but from picture to picture.
Yeah.
So and it's weird. I really, really like these. I'm actually gonna let's just take that out of pop. I'm actually gonna pop this open in another screen because I really like from a distance the way that these look. It almost reminds me of like a kid's cartoon.
Yeah.
Like when you see ads for like a kid's cartoon, it's a realistic thing on an unrealistic background, and I really like the way that looks. Like looking at it from here.
And it matches up top.
And it matches up top. It matches the kind of pastel-y kind of bright neon colors that you've got going on. And then you've got, like with these pictures, you have a lot of hard shadows. I can see that you've got 3 lights positioned, or you're using natural sunlight and some different angled lights, because I can see multiple shadows coming off of your product. And they're very hard shadows. So they're very inconsistent. And then you have something like this where it's very fine, very high detailed. The products themselves look great, but I would definitely try to be a little bit more consistent with the pictures.
Yeah, could you do all of your backgrounds in these branding colors, but with the products showcased dead center and not cut off? Like, get your otter up a little bit higher. Make sure that if you're going to put the names on there, that they are all
visible in the thumbnails.
Yeah, all in the exact same spot. These two are my favorite. If the otter was up just a little bit, I would go for this overall layout.
I don't even mind the one with the baby platypus. I think that's cute too. I don't see anything wrong with that. That even matches. It doesn't even matter that it doesn't have the branding colors. But
yeah. Even the ones that, like, even the plants, just choose one of the colors that you feel fits the plants. And even over the pink, it would make the green really pop. I would try to do that. And also take a step back when you take your photos. Don't let anything be cut off.
That might be Etsy's issue, because we've had issues with it zooming in every once in a while too.
Yeah, but you can always take a step back and make more space for yourself. Any of your products that, like these, I can't tell what they are. Take top-down photos. None of these side shots. I can't really tell what they are. And
the otter's probably okay because you can tell it's an otter, but still, I mean, you can't tell what the whole product looks like.
I would do like a long diagonal and do him, top down. I like these top down photos the best, and I think that they give the best sight.
Because you're definitely good at taking pictures. I can see that, like I can see when you're really putting effort into trying to make them look good and when you're just trying to get them done. Like I can see the difference in between.
Yeah. But yeah, take a step back. Make sure that you're getting the full product into the photos, and I love this background. I want to see that on more of these.
Yeah, you too.
Even this white with the peacock is really nice.
Totally fine. As long as you don't have the multiple hard shadows, it's totally fine.
Yeah. Let me grab one of these. Yeah, and if you just did your thumbnails, that would just be one photo per listing. It wouldn't take that much time. You don't need to do all of the listing photos. I would start with the thumbnails because that's the most important, especially if this is your branding scheme with this, the greeny, pinky, yellow image. So you've got your order cutoff dates, which you've only got a couple days. So that's awesome. One thing that I did notice is that you don't have a unit of measure anywhere near these. And yes, though you might have it in your description, people seldom read it.
People don't read descriptions.
Yeah, I would try to throw in something, maybe a pop can or just something that people can recognize easily and know about how big it is. Or a ruler. If you've got a ruler or a yardstick. I have no idea how big these are, though. And even looking at the photos, I can't figure it out. So I would recommend putting something in the photo that they can recognize. If it's a smaller product, it could be a coin, a bottle cap. If it's a larger product, you could do a pop can, or like I said, just using a ruler or a yardstick. Not a lot of optimization going on here. You have...
It looks like you stopped.
Yeah.
You stopped mid-research.
Yeah, you have you don't need to repeat these keywords. And I doubt anybody is searching Triceratops standing. You have nothing about dinosaurs. You have nothing about children, toys, plushies.
Especially with something like dinosaurs, there's a lot that you can go with there.
Yeah, birthday.
Time periods.
Yeah.
Like when they were from, that kind of thing. It's really easy to fill in stuff like that.
Birthday party, nursery decor. There's a lot of terms that you could toss in here. So I would definitely buckle down on SEO this season if you're looking for ways to improve. Handmade crochet river otter. Once again, it doesn't tell me very much. So I think the SEO is probably the area where you could improve the most here so far.
Yeah.
Let's take a scroll down. Looks like you've got great reviews, which is awesome. And the fact that you're making sales, that's great. Don't SEO optimize or work on your SEO for any of the listings that are already selling well. If they're already selling well, don't touch them. And this goes for everybody. If a listing is selling, messing with the SEO can actually bump it out of search, especially if the listing quality score is high due to repeat sales. So anything that is selling, don't touch the SEO, even if you know it could be improved. But you can edit the photos safely. Photo editing, I don't think as long as the photos are better than they were previously, I don't see it having a negative impact on your shop. So, and you can always change photos back. Let's take a look. This photo's kind of strange. It's very strange.
You're trying to show your workspace, but you don't have a wide enough camera angle to be able to actually tell what like it looks like an accidental photo, if that makes sense.
This one's cute.
I like that. Yep. More stuff you
very cute. Once again, try to get your face centered. I love that you're not afraid to show your face, though, because that's one of the things that I think a lot of sellers struggle with, and it helps to build trust when you show your customers who you are. You do have a great, nice, thorough about section, which is also important for shop optimization. Etsy loves to see shops that are completely filled out, so that's good. You've got your shop members filled out. You've got all of your policies. If you wanted to, if you need some extra stuff, you could add in some FAQs. FAQs are a great way to extend upon your current policies. But overall, it's really aesthetic things. And this is one of those cases where I really think that you should attend Brand Planet tomorrow. I'm not just saying that to shout out my thing.
Nope.
Hello, Bubbers.
Oh, we don't throw in that crazy sales pitch anymore. So
no,
it is just a webinar.
Yeah.
I
mean, there is a you can enroll here at the end, but
yeah,
we don't do the pitch thing. But yeah, I think that you could really benefit from creating a brand planet for yourself and deciding for yourself what you want, Nell's Crochet Creations to look like. Because if your brand was its own planet, it would all be similar colors. It would all be similar themes. There would be a similar theme song playing on the planet. And that's really what we're going to be diving into tomorrow. So, okay, give us a random.
My planet would be lots of fajitas. We should get fajitas for lunch. All right.
Tina said little late. But I'm here. So happy you got my painting. I did, and I love it. And I haven't had a chance to post a picture because my house is a mess and I have to find a place to put it. But I love it. It is currently in my office. But I think I might hang it in. I haven't decided. My bathroom is baby blue and the painting is very purple. And I have canvases in there. So that might be an option. But I also have wolf canvases in my office. So I'm indecisive.
You take him for a minute.
Yes, I will take him.
And like he was going to give you a choice.
Oh, he puts all his body weight. Look at this. All of it. Chunky. Chunky. Do you guys like the chunk? Did you find it?
Yes.
Ah, Yuki. You're an HAA. You know your shop is gonna be perfect. All right.
All right, here we go.
Oh.
Or maybe it won't be and we can tear it apart.
No, it's beautiful. This is an example of a Handmade Alpha Academy student who has gone above and beyond with absolutely beautiful branding. She's made it very festive for the holidays without adding anything on here that would contrast with her brand negatively. I see a lot of shops that will just throw in like crazy holiday clip art in order to be more festive, and then they end up just kind of stomping all over their branding. This is beautiful though. It's simple. It is very, I mean, I can tell that it's holiday themed.
It gives me that kind of like pop-up holiday store vibe, you know?
Yeah, I mean? Like when you go to a Christmas market.
Yeah. Yeah, it's got that real comfortable vibe to it.
I can't use my arms, so can you
give me the bubbers. Come here, man.
Oh,
you're the scroller.
Okay.
How about you go upside down like a baby?
Okay. Hold him like a baby. Got a photo of yourself, which is always recommended so that you can build that really great relationship. Felt floral gardens. You could probably, I mean, felt floral might be it might be optimized. I'm not sure. You could probably squeeze in a couple keywords in there.
Floral garden definitely is going to be something that people are searching for. Flowers and flower stuff is pretty big on Etsy.
Yeah, but for felt, it might be.
Yeah, but the felt, who knows?
I was going to say, I'm just guessing here. Let's see. Order cutoff dates right at the tippy top with emojis pasted in that are colorful and that will draw attention to this very, very important information. Let's see. Oh my God, your photos are pretty.
Absolutely perfect.
And notice that she doesn't make them all just stark white. Some of them are very natural, but that's
no. And I like your use of shadows, especially in that mistletoe there, because of the way that you have the light bloom going on. It makes it feel more natural. It's a very, very good use of shadows. I like that.
Yeah, these are beautiful. And look at all the white space. That's something that I think a lot of sellers don't realize makes a shop feel more elegant, breathing space. There's so much white space that is just very, very tactfully used.
And this is a good example of a shop that can tell you, like, don't be afraid to price your items high.
Yeah, absolutely. Do not undercharge for your items, even if you feel like there are competitors who are charging less than you. You don't want to compete with the people at the bottom. You want to compete with those who are at the very, very top. In HAA, I teach you how to price within that top 10% of your industry for that reason. You want to compete with the big dogs, not the people who are just barely scraping by. Wow, these are so pretty. I will click into a listing photo here in just a minute, but let's go ahead and take a scroll.
Finish off the rest of the shop, yeah.
You have a listing video.
Love it. They won't get any video or audio from that, but
that's okay.
I don't think they have audio anyway, do
they? I think these do, yeah.
Oh, they do. I didn't think they had audio.
No, listing videos don't. You've got a slideshow. Very, very pretty. Some really nice photos. Oh, these are very pretty. It kind of shows you how to use your products for someone who doesn't understand, like, oh, this is pretty, but what do I do with it? How it's packaged. Oh, this is really nice, and it's sized very well. Very, very nice. You've got your about section filled out.
Oh, I like that. It's a letter to the, it's formatted like a letter.
Yeah, well,
to the audience. I like that.
In HAA, when we do the about section, we talk about how to write your about section. It's about you, but it's about you in a way that is about the customer.
It's about you for the customer.
Exactly. You've got your shop owners. I love the little helper section. Very cute. And you've got your FAQs filled out. So that's perfect. Let me go ahead and take a scroll up to the top and we'll pick a random listing. I'm sure that they'll all be great. But this is the one, the felted acorns were really standing out to me. This photo is so pretty.
Yeah, I really like that.
You've got
showing them in use, but in a way where they're still the forefront.
These are so nice. You've got listing videos.
That's also adorable.
Yeah, these are really pretty. Really, really nice. I would normally say a unit of measure would be important, but these look like natural acorn tops. And I think that most people know the size of an acorn or an acorn top at least. So it probably isn't necessary for this listing in particular.
Chelsea Thorne said something I'd want someone to let me know is I think she means breathe instead of breath. BREATHE instead of BREATH. It might be, she's in the UK, so it might also be a difference in how they use it. They might not use the one with the E, but I don't know. After having
I didn't even see it on the.
After having Amber here for a while, I never question anything anymore because British people are weird.
Yeah,
y'all are weird.
Amber, you're very weird, but we love you.
We love all of you.
After watching Amber's husband dip his steak in applesauce, we were very confused.
We'll talk about that later.
Felted acorn ornament, secret Santa gift, Scandinavian Nordic holiday decor, minimalist felt Christmas ornaments, and sustainable gift. This is great, and there's not a lot of reuse of keywords either. I think that the word gift is in here twice, but that's it, and that's great if you're trying to exact match for those. Yuki, I don't really have any suggestions. Mm-hmm. Your shop is.
If I were gonna nitpick, a couple of the pictures are a little bit blurry. Not here, but like the last one that had like the box, it was a little bit, it wasn't even blurry. It was just a low resolution picture, which is fine.
Excellent use of props.
Yeah. But that also might just be because we're on a giant monitor. We're not weird. What did I do? Everything you did was weird, Amber.
You've got your hand pouring gravy on sweet potatoes was weird, Amber.
Yeah, that was pretty strange, but I don't think she meant to do that.
this is what I meant by a unit of measure that people can recognize. A hand, most people, they can look at this picture and get an idea of how big the product is. But with the acorns, like I said, you already have a product that most people can recognize. They know what an acorn is and how big it is, so they can probably figure it out. And it appears that most of your other products do have a way to see, because there are hands in the photos. Overall, I don't really have a lot of critiques. In fact, for the alphas who are watching, this would be a really
awesome shop.
Yeah, this would be a great shop to kind of study if you ever need some inspiration, or just to see a shop that's very well done, very professionally done. Or if you want to see what we do in HAA and what we teach, that would be a brilliant example, because that was beautiful. All right. Of course, you would random and immediately pick an HAA shop. You didn't even know that she was an HAA, do you? She's a quieter alpha. She doesn't post as much in the group.
This cat, I swear. Somebody said sitting here with my 18-pound cat. He is 12 pounds.
Chunky.
He's a chunky boy.
Chunky.
Okay. Scroll up to where the shops are. Do me a quick scroll up and down, and then I think after the next shop, we will have them resubmit. Okay, whatever this one is. Here we go. I'm a loaf. I'm gonna get mad at me now.
All right, you pick one?
Yeah.
Okay. Goodbye, Bubbers.
Goodbye. I wanted him to get mad and go away on his own.
Yeah, if you aggravate him and he chooses to go away on his own,
that's not abuse.
Then he won't come. It's not abuse. Then he won't come back. He's made the choice on his own. I guess we should state, I think we've done it on the last few episodes, but that's not a torture chamber behind us. It is a vocal booth for Mr. Moore's.
It's an Alphas After Dark thing.
Looks like a strange...
Don't submit your shops now.
What? That's fine.
Oh, it's not. Concentrate on the video. Quit submitting your shops. There's hair floating.
You're weird.
I don't know. I am weird. I love you guys. Bye.
All right.
All right.
This is an insanely pretty banner. My only question is, your fox doesn't match. I would try to incorporate in, when doing seasonal banners, I would assume your branding colors are orange just because of the fox. I would try to bring in those cohesive elements, or tie it together, or make the K in Kitsune the same orange as the fox. Just anything to tie the elements together, or change the fox red just for the holidays, or put a hat on it.
Yeah, put a little Christmas hat and a scarf on it.
Yeah, there's just a slight disconnect, but with this being a seasonal banner, I assume
it's not that big a deal. Yeah.
Yeah, you probably are only leaving this up for.
So that's my old logo. I'm designing a new one for 2022.
Oh,
gotcha.
Got it. Okay, that's fine then. I really like this font. This is beautiful.
Yeah. Again, with the top there, I really like what you did with the triangles. You can't even hardly tell that they're triangles unless you're like really looking at it.
Yeah.
I like the way that they kind of clash together.
Yeah. Very, very pretty. I will say that I didn't know that this was for pets until I read this. I have no idea from here that these are for dogs. I thought that they were, I could tell this was a collar. I thought these were for people, unless they are for people. I'm assuming they're not. But that's maybe some good insight to have when you're doing your redesign, just making it a little bit bolder that your products are for pets.
Yes.
Got your
a random passerby wouldn't know that. Unless her SEO is good, and I'm assuming with 7,000 sales, she's got some decent SEO going on. So
yeah. And your photos, I can tell that these are for dogs. These are clearly for dogs.
Those photos already are just.
These are beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is SEO optimized, which is great. You have your shipping times front and center above the fold, which is everything before you have to hit read more. That's great. You've got your emojis in there, which kind of, they add in that extra green that you're seeing up here. I assume that when the season changes, you'll change these out for something seasonal as well. Your photos are very, very nice, though. This is what I mean by having a cohesive look. I
freaking love the backgrounds that you're using. I love the alternating wood and marble pattern, or it looks like marble patterns. I love that. They're different. They're different backgrounds, but none of them collide. The green one is a little bit clashy, but it's not bad enough that it's really that big of a deal.
No, I like it. I think that everything is light and in the same shade.
Yeah, there's not a difference in brightness from one photo to another. It's very consistent.
The only ones that I'm confused about are the cowls. If I was going through a search result, I mean, are these for dogs? Are these for people?
She did say she's starting to add some for people as well.
Okay. I would make it more clear that if these are for people, I see dog here. Let's see. Dog mom. Okay.
Yeah, I would make it apparent from the get-go which ones are for dogs and which ones are not. Obviously, the ones with collars are going to, well, not obviously because people wear collars too, I guess, but for the most part, we can tell, but with some of them, we won't be able to tell if they're human or not. So I would make it very apparent from the get-go.
Yeah.
You could even put like in the bottom corner of your photo, like a little dog or a little person.
Yeah, or just, dog
You know
mom.
what I mean? Like a little like stick figure head of like just the shoulders and a head, and then maybe like a little dog one in the bottom corner. That way when people are scrolling through, especially your return customers, they'll know, okay, this one's for people. Or if you have a collection of two, or if you do like one for the person, one for the dog, you could put both.
Yeah, I would love to see a set where they can get the matching set, person and dog, and have them like side by side.
Yeah, like one with green plaid, one with red plaid. The red plaid for the dog, green plaid for the person. You know what I mean?
You could
That'd be cool.
Call them like the doggo and me set.
We're grasping at straws because there's not really anything particularly wrong with your shop.
We have to get nitpicky when we have nothing to pick on you about.
But there are sellers here that are experienced sellers that are probably in a similar shape, and they're going to need that nitpicky advice too. So
these are great. I hope that you
pretty photo.
Yeah, I hope you occasionally message these customers and ask if you can share these, because these would be beautiful for social media.
Yeah. Why are pet owners the best people at taking photos?
Yeah, you suck at taking photos until you take photos of bubbers.
And then it's wonderful. Why are pets so photogenic?
They're very cute.
Even just that picture of a dog in the living room, perfectly photogenic.
This is a beautiful photo, but I would love to see some photos that make me feel a connection to you.
Yeah, I like that as the first picture that shows up in your updates, or in that section. But I would get some more in there for sure.
Yeah, photos of you if you have a dog. I'm assuming you do. Photos of you and your dog. Photos of your workspace. Photos of you
walking your dog in your workspace.
Photos of you walking your dog, or if you don't have a dog, borrow a dog. Borrow somebody else's dog.
I do agree with that too. Tina says, such a pretty tag. I really like the leather tags. I really dig that.
People will pay more just because you have this and it feels designer.
Yeah, that and maybe like a sandblasted titanium, like a little thin plate would be pretty cool too.
Let's see. You have your about section filled out. I really want to see you in here as well. And your shop owner or there's no shop members. I would fill those out, because those are going to help with your overall shop completion. Etsy just sees that as something that you didn't do, which wouldn't be ideal. And then you do have some FAQs filled out, so that's great. Let's take a look at your SEO. And as always, for SEO, if you have products that are already selling, which over 20 people have this in their cart, so this is probably not one that you want to optimize. But
nope. Well, we're going to open it and we're going to critique it.
Holiday cheer. Cute. Keep in mind that like the first 20, I can't remember offhand. The first 20 characters are the most important for your SEO. And you've used a pretty big chunk of them just for holiday cheer, which I doubt anybody is on Etsy just searching for holiday cheer.
Who knows?
I would do Christmas dog bandana and then not put these in parentheses.
Yeah. I mean, at this point with the amount of sales that you have, SEO is probably not a concern for you. So
yeah, if you got any that aren't selling, maybe just reevaluate. But a lot of these, see, bestseller. Those are the ones that you don't want to touch. Obviously, you have already gained a lot of traction on this listing. You've built a listing quality score. But if you have any like this that aren't seeing those results, start experimenting. Play around a little bit and see what you can do.
Yeah, I don't have a lot to say. Your photos are...
Oh, and you have... These are the best. This is what I love to see. That's a feller. That's a little...
Oh, goodness.
That's a little feller. That's an Amy.
Yeah, the only thing I would switch out is maybe some holiday shipping guidelines in there just for the holidays. That way people aren't ordering like 2 days before Christmas and then giving you a bad review you can't do nothing about because it didn't show up on time.
Yeah, because if they find you organically and search, they're not going to go to your storefront to look.
No, and people aren't going to read descriptions either. So if you're shipping late in the month, fine, but I would put holiday shipping deadlines as the 10th or the last photo at very least.
Yeah.
That was a beautiful Sheba too.
That was a beautiful Sheba. It was very
Ooh, I like that one. That one and the black and white checker would look pretty on Amy too, but she won't wear collars.
Ah.
Oh heck.
Oh heck.
Oh
heck. Okay.
There's a lot of different dogs wearing those. Do you dog sit?
Do you dog sit?
Do you run a puppy hotel?
Do you have just a lot of
heck.
customers that send you photos? I like these. These are very cute. If you could get some more photos in here, that would be fun. If you know any of these adorable doggos personally, maybe some like a listing video of a dog just running towards the camera with the bandana, and then you could just reuse that for all of your listing videos.
They said I reach out to my customers for photos.
Okay.
Awesome.
Yeah.
There's Sheba, and his name is Bento. Well, Bento is a beautiful boy.
We have a Sheba named Amy.
Teeth. Yes, them big teeth.
Teeth.
He's got one of them big, like, open mouth Sheba smiles.
Overall, really nice though. I think that there are just a couple little like small branding things that you're already aware of. But overall, your shop is really, really nice. SEO, I think, is the number one thing that I saw that could be improved upon. But if your listings are already selling, then
just a little bit. Don't mess with them if it's working for you, and you've got a lot of sales. So I'm assuming it's working for you.
Etsy is going to reward sellers who already have a good sales number, and I know that that's hard for newbies. But you have shown Etsy that you are a trustworthy brand by having good reviews and having a lot of sales. So they're more likely to recommend you.
Yeah. Amber said, I can get photos of Pixel doing pretty much anything in a bandana. Yeah. Anybody that wants
in a banana,
anybody that's got pet stuff, she can get him doing pretty much anything. And Pixel's a beautiful dog.
He has pretty eyes.
Let me scroll up to the shops, do a little whoopsie doopsie here. And
whoopsie doopsie.
All right.
Hi, Bummers. He's washing his Pete's.
I'm doing a Pete wash. Is he doing him big open toe Pete wash?
He is. He stretches his toes out and gets
he stretches in between and like nibbles in between his Pete's to get everything out. He's a weird cat.
He's a good clean boy.
He's a good clean boy.
All right.
All right. Come on. Where's my mouse? All white screen. Can't see it. There we go. Okay.
All right.
There we go.
Got it?
Yep, I got it. I had to scroll down a little bit. All right, let's do it.
Okay.
Pixel's a log. Did I hear that right? All animals are logs if you feed them.
Pixel's a log. Pixel's a log dog.
Log dog.
He lays in a sploot and looks like a log.
All right.
Never out of style shop. First thing that I noticed, and I know this is a seasonal banner, but it's very busy and it's
blurry as well.
It's blurry. It's busy. I'm assuming that when it's not holiday time, you just don't have all of these. You just have the normal one.
Well, they're a fabric pattern shop. I mean, it's not bad. If it weren't blurry, it probably wouldn't feel that bad. Being a pattern shop, it really doesn't bother me that much.
Yeah, with your branding colors, I assume are the teal and the red. I would get rid of just this and these and just have the snowflakes and the hat on the doll form, and even get rid of Happy Holidays. I don't even think that those are necessary, just the snowflakes, because they're already in your branding color. This is kind of one of those examples where I talk about, like, don't throw in things that contrast with your brand just for the sake of being festive. Try to keep everything cohesive, even for the holidays. But your banner is pretty blurry. You can go into Canva, into their Etsy banner template. Now, when you save it directly from Canva, it is not going to be the right size. When you hit the download button, you actually have to drag.
They might have fixed that by now.
They have not.
They have not?
No.
Okay.
You have to drag. There's like a little scroll bar. It's a scroll bar. You have to drag it over.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you have to drag it as far to the right as you can go, because otherwise you're going to end up with a banner that's just so slightly blurry. I wish they would fix that.
Yeah, a lot of people are saying that just the Santa hat is enough, without the other stuff. Yeah, you could get rid of all the other holiday stuff and just put the Santa hat on the thing, and it would be fine. And snowflakes, maybe it would be okay too.
I like the snowflakes. Just maybe space them out a little bit. They're the same color as your border, so
yeah. More than likely, the issue with the fuzziness might not even be the export. It might just be that all the images are different sizes and you're zooming things in.
Yeah.
So just make sure that whatever you're using is a high enough resolution to actually work it out.
Yeah.
And swap out the Tiffany blue spots in the logo for snowflakes or the red belt for tinsel.
Yeah, like these little spots. And this is a good thing to think about for Valentine's Day. You could swap these out for little blue hearts or I don't know, I'm trying to think of more Valentine's Day imagery. But you get the picture. After the holidays, obviously these won't be here anyway. But just an idea. I would work on crisping up the banner though. Let's see.
Decent amount of sales, good reviews.
Star seller. You have your info here. Most people aren't going to click show more, so I would put your holiday shipping deadline right.
Yep, I'd put that up top.
Yep, right at the tippy top. Fabric, patterns, and more. You could be a little bit more specific for, some SEO brownie points up here.
That's her slogan.
Oh, yeah, it is your slogan. Okay. Tagline, this area isn't really for a slogan. I know that Etsy calls it a tagline, but since it's SEO optimized, I would rather see your slogan on your banner and then use this area here for just a couple keywords that describe exactly what you sell. You have a photo of your face, which is perfect. Love seeing photos of the shop owner. Let's see. The only thing that leads me to believe, like if I were on a search page and I saw one of your listings, the only thing that would tell me that these are patterns is the price, because I would assume that I'm not getting like any of these outfits for $675.
Yeah, without knowing what your shop is, I have no idea what specifically you're selling.
Yeah, I would, and if you don't ever have anyone ask you about it, then you should be fine. But I would add just like a little banner at the bottom. In fact, let me pull up.
Yeah, keep in mind that we don't shop everything on Etsy. So if that's something that like everyone in your particular industry does, then that's fine. But
a great example is Maki's. She does digital files, and she has in her branding color just a little banner at the bottom that says that hers are digital, and you could do the same thing, like pattern only. But only if you get questions about it. I would rather see that. What I'm feeling when I'm seeing these images is I feel like I'm looking at like a Sears catalog, like from the 70s. Like the old like catalog mall ads. There's a couple items in here that don't really. The images are just kind of thrown in, and I'm a little confused. There's fabric, which makes sense because you have the patterns. I guess I'm just kind of confused by the photos. It seems like a lot. I would almost rather see just the photo of the product without.
Yeah, Amber asked Amber asked if these were their own photos.
Yeah, because they seem very magazine.
Which is fine if they're your photos. I mean, I'm assuming there may be mock-ups.
Yeah, because a lot of them do. Yeah, vintage 1983. Are they vintage patterns?
Is that what you're doing?
Because
I'm not sure what you're doing here.
That would fall into the vintage category. I'm just confused. Yeah, there's a couple items in here that I see that would fall under copyright infringement.
Yeah, Amber said, I would be very careful as Simplicity as a brand. You could get flagged for copyright unless you're selling them as vintage.
Yeah. I would be careful with American Girl. They do go after Etsy sellers even.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I know that they went after one of our sellers who makes just 18-inch doll clothes, and that she put like 4 American Girl dolls, and she got in trouble. So I would just be super duper careful. It's one of those things where you can't help what you didn't know. So I would just be careful and maybe say 18-inch doll rather than specifically American Girl, unless you fall into the vintage category with listings. I'm
assuming with the name Never Out of Style, she is selling vintage.
Yeah, that's.
I'm assuming that's what the point is.
Yeah, confused by this photo. Not quite sure how it plays in. This makes sense to me. Workspace is great. You've got a couple 18-inch dolls in the background. I'm just a little confused by some.
I think they're just photos of a workspace because she's got some old school
Okay.
stuff there. So you know what I'm saying?
Okay. Normally you have the option to put captions with your photos. If there's a purpose, I would make sure that you're including it. When you edit these, there will be an area to add like a little caption that will show up underneath. I would do that. That way people know what they're looking at. Because otherwise I'm just like, okay, cool, a snowman. Why? And maybe a photo of yourself in here as well. Just something to help form that connection. Let's see, you do have your shop members filled out. You have your about section filled out. And you might want to add in some FAQs. You just received a lot of questions from me and from Mark, and there's some from Amber. Take some of these questions and put them in FAQs. That might be a good way to help people who are confused as to
CYA.
What you sell.
Your butt.
Yes, cover your butt. That would be C.
Yeah, I just didn't say the bad word.
B. Oh, yeah. CYA. Oh, I like CYB better.
Yeah.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah,
I gotcha.
And I'm because you're doing vintage patterns. Are you taking like the photos for like where they were originally shown, and you're recreating the patterns? Like what you doing here? I'm just confused.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you're making sales, so your target customer understands what you're doing. Ooh.
That might just be a loading issue on our end. But if not, then
ooh.
Yeah, up-res that.
Yeah, that's very blurry. What are... Okay, so these are the vintage patterns. I got it.
Yeah, I would still be very careful with that, because if that is directly out of their catalog, they might not jive with that.
And if it's...
I don't know the legalities with that, so I'm not going to question it, but...
And if it's vintage, could you add the year in your title so that people know for sure? And maybe even add like your last listing photo rather than a logo. Tell me what I'm looking at. Clearly somebody who's in your target audience is going to know, but me as Starla 𝔸𝕚𝕝𝕒𝕟 just stumbling across your shop, I have no idea what you sell. I still don't know what you sell. I feel like I've spent a lot of time with your shop and I still am not completely sure. Yeah, I think just more clarification would be good.
Yeah, other than that, like from what that's the hard thing, is I don't know specifically what you're doing. So I don't know how to critique you beyond what you have here. So I mean, it looks great.
Especially if the photos are from like vintage magazines, I don't know how to critique them because I'm a little confused.
Yeah.
So I wish we could help more, but I would start with making it more clear as to exactly what you sell, because
and that goes to anybody here too. Like,
yeah. And there's plenty of questions in the comments as well where you can see, what other people have asked.
No matter what you sell, people should be able to look at your shop
and glance at
that
it.
Aren't in your demographic and have, some idea of what you sell. Yeah. Or at least someone who's knowledgeable enough with the internet that they can figure it out.
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead. We'll do maybe, because I'm assuming you have other things you want to talk about.
No.
Why don't go ahead and we'll have everybody resubmit their shops. That way we're not having people that aren't here. Just type I'll go ahead and go back to this so I can show people what they need to do. For those of you that haven't posted your shop names yet, most of the time it'll be this, and that's the exact same thing. I can't really zoom in to show you, but etsy.com/shop/ and then we need what's after that slash, just the name there.
But
so go ahead and post them.
And while we are waiting for that, just a quick reminder, tomorrow is the Big Brand Planet webinar. That is completely free to join. The link to register is down below. Just look for the little Saturn emoji. It should be orange for most of you. You can register for that. You can hang out with me. It's going to be same time tomorrow, noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Pacific, 5 p.m. if you're in the UK. You will only get the email to join if you register, though, because it's not going to be public on my YouTube channel. Those are registration only. And we're going to be talking about branding, everything that we're talking about today, how we're kind of breaking down, all these different shops branding, we're actually going to teach you how to start laying the foundation for your own branding. And we're doing this because it is to give you a little free sample of what you can expect from my paid program, the Handmade Alpha Academy, which is open now, but it does close for enrollment on December 10th. And that is a 9-module video program. You get access to me via email. You will get support for life. You get course access for life. You get access to the Handmade Alpha Academy student campus where you can speak with our 600 successful students. You get a $1,000 discount for being a community member on the course, as long as you make sure that you enroll via our discounted link, which is handmadealphaacademy.com/VIP.
And I'm going to go ahead and post that in the chat. Those of you that are on the regular internet, if you want to pop that open in another tab to take a look at it, going to the website doesn't obligate you to buy anything. It's just, you can jump to the bottom and buy if you want it. If not, there's like literally anything you would want to know about the course is in there. So
lots of testimonials. But if you have questions about it,
we'll be doing that at the end. We'll probably do 2 or 3 more shops and then
questions
about HAA or about Etsy in general. It doesn't have to be about HAA.
You can also email me at starla@handmadealphaacademy.com if you want to ask some questions about
if you have any private questions. I also have an AMA going over in the Handmade Alpha Facebook community, which is linked down below. You can go over there and ask me questions specifically. She is the person that designs the course. She is the person that is in the recordings. She does all of that stuff. I'm the guy in the background running the website, making sure everything is comfortable and working properly for everyone. So if you have any questions for me as an outsider, as someone who did not develop the course, it was all her, you can ask me questions there.
He's all of the Alpha's husband.
I was going to say a joke, but I'm not going to say a joke.
He is the Alpha husband.
I am the Alpha husband.
Alpha husband. All right, you ready?
Okay.
Let's do some shopping.
If you don't have your shopping, don't worry. We're going to do a couple more. Okay. Well, I apparently just went all the way there. So
man, now I'm thinking about those fajitas that you made the other, I say the other night, but it was like 2 months ago.
Man, those were good.
You marinated a steak for how long?
Oh my god, like a whole day, and it just fell apart.
It was the best. Uh-oh.
Well, no, it's because there's
all right.
Go.
Let's see.
I feel like that's not loading correctly. Let's refresh.
Nope,
it's just like that. Okay.
All
right, we are on the internet.
Okay, so first, JCW Prism. This banner, I do not like it, and I don't. It's very small. It is not correctly sized. The thing is, the large cover photo that Etsy gives us is the largest piece of customizable real estate that we have.
Yes.
You should use every inch of it. And this is the smallest banner option.
Don't do it.
It doesn't tell me anything about your brand. Nope. I don't know. From where I am, I have no idea what you sell. My creative collection tells me nothing. JCW Prism tells me nothing. My creative collection, all items are my own. I have not scrolled down, and I don't know what you sell at all. So I would start really buckling down on making sure that you're creating that brand impression. Yep. Like I talked about earlier, Brand Planet that we're hosting tomorrow can help you to do that. And there will be a replay of that.
And it's free. It doesn't put you on a list. It doesn't do anything.
Yeah, just come hang out during that, because that should help a ton. But there's no consistency with the branding. Your logo isn't bad. If these are your colors, make your banner the same, like dark black with the prism in the middle. Consistency is key here. Once again, I talked about not really knowing what you sell. These appear to be ornaments, but I'm really not a fan of this.
Really? I actually kind of like that.
I can't tell what's real and what's not.
From the picture, I can't tell what it is. If I knew what it is, that it would be different.
Because these are painted, but this is painted, and my brain is like, this is all one item.
This is a painting.
Yeah, they're kind of confusing. I would put these on an actual tree if I were you. I would, or just get a branch. You can go to like most craft stores and get a little, a little branch, and just stick the ornament on it. Let's see. For any of your watercolor art, take that step back, give yourself a little bit of space. Make sure that you're standing perfectly dead center of your photos. This one is kind of tilted a little to the right. This one's tilted to the right and the top is cut off. This one's tilted to the right. They're all kind of tilted a little bit to the right. I think that photos, honestly, are where we need to focus a lot of time and energy, because your work is beautiful, but could you get cohesive with your backgrounds? Could you make sure that your backgrounds that you're using for your ornaments are the same that you're using for your paintings? Can you make sure that all of your paintings are on a similar background with similar lighting? Yes. We have a very cool light taking place here. These are taken under a very warm light, so it almost gives everything a very orangey look. In fact, I really like these photos, the ones that just showcase your work, not in a frame. These are really nice, and I know exactly what you're selling.
Yeah, your watercolor art's fantastic.
Yeah, these are great. I'm not a fan of the frames. I'm not a fan of the lighting, and I see these are magnets, and I wouldn't know that either. I would try to.
They say magnet.
Yeah, I would try to get these, if they're ornaments, photograph them on something that makes it very obvious to me that it's an ornament. If it's a magnet,
you're obviously a creative person. Use that creativity and paint a physical picture with the product that you're trying to portray. You know what I mean? Like, think about your product and what kind of environment that product would look good in, and put it in that environment and make sure that it is the main thing that is in focus, you know?
Yeah, and choose a couple colors that really represent the feelings that you want to capture for your brand, and then remain consistent with those colors. Even if you just, I mean, it looks like you use a lot of this kind of pale orange.
It's watercolor.
Yeah, yeah, but it's a very light pale orange. I see it across a lot of products. Maybe grab that color, one of your kind of blues, and one of your greenish shades, and then use that across everything that you do.
Yeah. Try to be a little cohesive with it. I would also organize the products in a way that's more that you can tell what you're doing. Because as it is now, it seems more just like it's a hobby shop, not as something that like you're trying to sell and make a living off of.
Yeah. Photos are this is very blurry, and not sized very well. Also very blurry. Yeah. I would definitely work on sizing these photos, because they might as well not even be there at all if they're so blurry that we can't really make out what they are.
And if you need help with this kind of stuff, you can always go to the Handmade Alpha Facebook community as well. There's tons of people that can help you out if you don't understand how to do certain things, or
check out the, I've got an iPicky training series on YouTube as well. Yep. It's very old. The audio isn't the best, but it's one of my most popular series, and it's from several years ago, so you'll have to dig. But if you
should redo those too.
I plan on it. If you search Starla Moore, iPicky, IPICCY, you should be able to find it pretty quickly on YouTube. It says that you use Printful for your, where'd it go? You use Printful as your production partner. Printful has mockups. Use Printful's mockups. If you are doing prints from Printful, use their mockups. Their mockups are really nice and they're free. So definitely try using some of those.
We have tons of people that use Printful. There's a lot of people that can help you out with that kind of stuff.
All right, let's go ahead and just grab one of these. Let's see. Price drop.
Thanks, Edge.
Thanks, Microsoft.
Let's get rid of that.
I didn't realize that it popped up. There we go.
Okay.
Looks like you've had a sale. Let's see. Yeah, I would just make sure that you're choosing
so it's personalizable.
Yeah, I would make sure that you're choosing a similar environment for your photos, and then making sure that you are showcasing your product in a way that your customers are going to understand things like how big it is, what it is, and what it can be used for. This would be a lifestyle photo where you put the product on a tree or hang it on an ornament hanger. And you could just buy one cheap ornament hanger and use it for all of your products. Those are like little displays for super fancy ornaments. You can find those pretty cheap online. And then I would also make sure that you're throwing in a little bit about your shipping time and maybe a photo that displays the overall size of your product.
Yes.
So peach ornament, this is a decently optimized keyword, but Christmas is going to read on its own. Holiday is going to read on its own. Made in Georgia, I'm not sure if anyone is searching that. Are you using erank.com to actually research these keywords, or are you using your best guesses here for what people are searching for? If it reads like you're just guessing, I would definitely make sure that you sign up for eRank. They do have a free membership, and you're going to want to go into the keyword tool in the Keyword Explorer and try to find keywords that people are actually typing into Etsy. I could see them typing peach ornament into Etsy. I don't know if anyone is searching made in Georgia into Etsy.
Yeah, and made in America is a good thing to have, but I would put that more like in your shop. Well, in the description, but that's more of a shop thing and less of a specific item thing.
Yeah, these are very jumbled together. There's no space here, so Etsy's reading this as
souvenir handmade is one word.
Yeah. It seems like you just need a little bit of direction with SEO. I do have a lot of SEO videos on my channel.
Tons.
Yeah.
And like I said, anything that you're confused about tech-wise or with the website or with editing photos, anything like that, Handmade Alpha Facebook community is a great place.
And
it really is. We try to keep it from being toxic, like a lot of other handmade groups are.
Yeah. I hate Etsy groups.
And especially Etsy directly, we can't stand that. So don't be afraid to run over there and join, and nobody's going to bully you. And if they do,
report them.
Don't delete your post. That goes out to everybody. We have people report that they leave the group because they got bullied. Don't delete your posts. If you're getting bullied, tag us.
Or don't tag us. Report the post.
Yeah, report the post. It'll go straight to us, and we can kick the meanie butts out of the group. We don't want them in the group. I don't care if they're customers. They've gone.
They won't know that you reported the post.
Yeah.
Or if you need to delete the post, take a screenshot of it first so we know what they did.
Take a screenshot, send it to us so I can still kick them out.
Yeah,
I don't want them in my group.
Yeah. All right.
But anyway, yes, feel free to join. I'm going to scroll through. We're going to do a couple more of these, then we'll get on some questions. I guess I should look away. Yippee dippy.
Yippee
Oh,
dippy.
wow. Look at that. Do it. Put it on there. Get the shop in there. Tiny, just fits right in. /shop/ I'm in a good mood today. Can you tell?
Yeah. There we go.
Yeah, got it.
I'm going to call your shop just
𝔸𝕐𝕚𝕚𝕒𝕚𝕚.
Oh, I just saw the CB.
𝔸𝕐𝕚.
Okay.
CB, 𝔸𝕐𝕚 CB. I love that you did the like 2005 MySpace thing with your name by putting the digits on the end, like how kids would do the X's, but you used your branding letters for that. I actually kind of dig that.
Yeah, it might be hard for people to find your shop directly, though. That was my only fear.
Well, just let's hold on. Well, I'm not going to do this on screen.
Yeah, you never know what's going to pop up.
Yeah. So let's just do this without the... What happens? Comes up.
Yeah, if you just search.
Yeah, but what if I put that in on Etsy? Just the name on Etsy, because that's like the real test there.
Now you want to screen share and show what comes up?
Yeah. So if I just search your name on Etsy.
Yeah, think about if you're telling someone what your brand name is and they're trying to find you, and I would end up giving up because I wouldn't know what to.
Because this is apparently like I Googled this and this is a common phrase. So just be careful with that. But yeah, I to be honest, I like it.
I think it's cute. It's just if anybody's actually looking directly for your brand, you're going to be really hard to find.
Yes. I don't know. I was making hand gestures at the screen, even though we're not on it.
Oh, I didn't realize we weren't either. I looked at the camera.
Oh my God, I'm stupid. Relatively new shop too.
Tumblers, badge reels, accessories, and
just
more.
Oh no, just updated today.
Okay. Branding colors, I can tell that you have those figured out. One thing I will say is that could you take your logo out of the white box unless you just like the white box look? And if so, make sure the tumbler is in a white box. Because
tumblers, badge reels, accessories, and more. Okay.
things are there's something going on with my brain where some things are in white boxes, some things aren't in white boxes.
And your branding box is like
white
box. It's got like a rose color to it, like a rose white.
And then some of them are cut off, and
I don't mind it. It's just if you could make it more cohesive. I don't even have a suggestion on how to do so.
It's like I like it, but there's some like I want to scroll up and see these, and I know that they're probably down here, but cohesiveness.
Cohesive.
Again, there's so much going on.
Yeah. It's very in your face, very fast.
I would pick one color or one or two colors that represent your brand and then stick to that and not do all the extra things. And I when you first start out, I know that it's very easy to want to go crazy with over customizing. But I would not over customize. When it comes to products like this, make sure you're taking that extra step backwards. Lighting here isn't great. I have no idea what this says. I think it says Hello Fall, but I can't really tell because it's really dark and I don't know what it is. All I see is a tube. So taking those steps back and making sure you're getting the full product in. I don't think that the matching, like the backgrounds that match the theme of the products are necessary though.
No, for holidays that's different because I can tell that those are obviously like Halloween themed. That's fine.
Yeah,
for the holidays, but I wouldn't do it for anything else.
Yeah, but you could pick some cohesive, like pick a branding color and then pick a Halloween background that is in your branding colors.
Yeah,
and make it more cohesive, just so they don't stick out so badly. These photos are really nice. I like
clips. Yeah, the hair clips and badges are nice.
I will say that the logo right on top of your products is kind of distracting.
Yeah, it's a little much. If you're going to do that, stick it in a corner that isn't on top of the product.
Like, I know that you're probably trying to protect your product from being stolen, but anybody who can use Photoshop can get rid of a logo.
Yeah, anybody that wants to steal it's going to do it anyway, so just stick it in the corner.
Yeah. Or get rid of it altogether. Etsy actually...
I'm having it because it's a cohesive element, but it needs to not be so, like, in the forefront of the product.
Etsy actually won't not recommend. They won't feature shops that have logos or watermarks.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, if you have a watermark on there. Yeah, I think you have really great photos. It's just
nice looking products too.
I would be happier if all of your photos looked like these, including these. I would like everything to be either on the white or find a different background that you really enjoy that is cohesive.
The first logo in the socials WeChat. What? Talk about
this one?
WeChat? I don't know what that is.
Yeah, I don't recognize that one.
I'm old.
And if you have these on here, are they typing this whole thing to find you, or
that's the shop name?
So I would need to search
registered as the shop name.
So I would need to search this on Facebook to find you, or would it just be the 𝔸𝕗𝕚𝕚?
See, because I'm assuming that 𝔸𝕗𝕚𝕚, because it is a known phrase, I'm assuming that there's probably already a shop with that name or similar.
Yeah,
that might be why they're doing the extra branding with it.
It would defeat the purpose of having these, though, if this wasn't the full...
Which, even if that's the case, you're still going to have to be careful with that, because if it's a brand that has like a copyright to it, putting the digits on the front and end of it might not protect you from that.
We are just guessing here, though.
Yes.
If I was going to your page, I wouldn't even bother looking up your social because I wouldn't know what the heck to type in.
Yeah. You could put that below the fold too, though.
Let's see.
And they said it's actually an LLC. Okay, cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Photos. Get some photos in your about section. Photos of you working on your product, photos of your workspace. And with both of you working on the shop, could you get photos of just each of you, because this is just the same photo? The photo's cute. We already saw it up at the top, though, so I would like to see your
individuals. Yeah, a little bit of personality.
Yeah, change it up. Let's go ahead and click on
pop open a good looking one that you like.
Let's see. I'll do the fall one. new in our shop, not necessary. I don't care if something's new in your shop. If I'm scrolling through Etsy, this is more of something that would keep me from clicking on it.
Can't I filter by newest anyway?
Yes, I think so.
Then there's no point to have that.
Yeah, just it's in the way of the product. Take a step back, get your photo more, your full product in there.
If you can get the lighting better and remove all the stuff, that photo would be fine on its own. Like if it didn't have the text and it had the lighting, it would be fine.
Yeah.
And she did ask, or they asked, is it better to take it out completely in reference to the name? I would, just specifically because Etsy won't feature you.
For the logo? Oh yeah. I mean, it's already like a tough shot to get featured by Etsy, but the thing is, you're not really accomplishing anything by having a big giant logo on your photo, no matter what. So
I liked that video though. The video was nice.
Yeah, I liked seeing the process.
That's a cute picture.
Could you do some of the top? So your products as well, going in, so I know, like, I'm sure that most people who have these tumblers know that the inside is going to be metal or plastic, but could you just take a photo so they can see it, so they can see the type of lid?
Top down style, yeah.
Yeah, I want to know what type of lid it is. Is it the kind that has like the little slidey top? Does it have a flip top? And then maybe a little bit about your shipping rather than throwing your logo in here. Maybe just some shipping details.
Yeah, because you got 10 slots. You got plenty of space for stuff.
Your SEO looks good though. Tumbler, travel mug, to-go cup, fall lover.
Fall peekaboo. Holiday gift for teacher, gift for best friend.
Yeah, these look like good keywords.
Yeah.
You didn't do a lot of repeating keywords. That looked really nice.
SEO looks fine.
Let's see, our first house. Oh, this is cute.
Custom our first home keychain.
Ooh, realtor gift
for clients. Yeah, that's always a good thing to have. New home housewarming gift for best friend. New neighbor gift, moving away gift.
Yeah, those are really great keywords. Looks like you were aiming for some good exact matches there as well. You've got a customization chart. That's great.
That's nice to have. Yes, thank you for putting that disclaimer down there. People don't realize that like every single monitor looks different, so I'm glad that you put that.
They are hard to read because you formatted it as a square, and Etsy actually does like long rectangular photos. It might be easier for them to actually see this if you stretch this out, because I can't read these, and it's just because I'm blind, but I can't hardly read these numbers on here to be able to make a choice. It would be very hard for me to figure out. I would almost have to count like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I would have to do that. My eyes are not the best though.
She blind.
I am very blind. And then maybe that unit of measure, like I talked about previously, whether that's something that they recognize. I mean, the key ring, I guess, really helps. Maybe just a ruler. That way you don't end up with those people who are like, I thought this was going to be bigger.
God.
Because they didn't read.
And they exist. They're out there.
They're everywhere. Did anybody get any of those this holiday season? I thought this was going to be bigger.
I thought it was going to be bigger.
All right. How many more did we say?
Well, let's do one more.
All right, we're going to do one more.
But any promises, it don't matter.
But before we do, guys, go ahead. If you have any questions about Handmade Alpha Academy, you can start asking those now. If you have questions about any of the shops that we showcased or anything that we talked about, you can get those in. If you have any questions about Etsy in general, you can get those in. If you have any questions about the webinar tomorrow, that is free. There's registration below. You have to be on the list though to get it, because we're not doing it publicly on the channel. It will be on YouTube. It's just going to be a private link that you don't get unless you're registered. Ask those questions. If you have questions about what is inside of HAA, if you have any questions about HAA but you don't want to ask us, you want to direct those towards Handmade Alpha Academy students, you could even throw those down there, because I know we have tons of HAA students watching right now. And if you're in HAA and you want to tell me how much you hate my course, you can put those in the comments. Nobody hates HAA. I don't think that we've ever had a I hate HAA comment. And if we have, then I've never seen them.
All right, let's do it. No face.
Do it. Barbara is our lucky duck. Barbara, first thing that I notice is that you are very blurry, Barbara, and I doubt you're that blurry in real life. So could you get a clearer photo?
You don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe she's just a walking blur.
I don't think so. I think that she's probably high definition.
High definition.
This photo is really cool. I can tell that you just kind of took it over a table, but it looks really nice. This photo, however, not a fan of. I would put a logo in here. I can't see what this is. It's also tiny. Could you just maybe put in you could just put in a big F or do a style logo with your font. But this on its own, I'm not a fan of. I don't like product photos in this section. That's not what it's for. It's for your branding. So
get a branding logo in there.
Yeah.
Unique handmade decor and gifts from reclaimed materials. I like that.
This feels pretty optimized. Was everybody that we did today a star seller?
I think so.
I feel like you were all star sellers.
I don't know if CB's was because I didn't pay attention, but I think they all were.
Look at all you overachievers. All right, let's take a peek. I really like these photos. A lot of these you need to take that step back like I talked about, even the little tips of the trees. I want to see the full product at a glance. I don't want to have to guess and use my brain to fill in the blanks. I want to see it all. One thing that I would avoid is a product, if it is a similar color to the background, you need to separate it from the background and do a different background. These are very brownish. The background is brown, and I can't really envision what I'm looking at. It's very complicated to me. I'm struggling. So I would put these on a different background because most of your backgrounds are really nice. I really like this background. Just once again, take that step back. Don't be afraid of empty space. Empty space is good, just as long as you can see your product well. Once again, it looks like almost like wind chimes, bells and beads, kind of got the boho decor. Take that step back. I can't tell what these are.
Too many complaints. The photos need a little bit of work, but other than that, it's not bad.
Yeah, they need brightened. I would never take a photo with the light in the back.
Yeah, you don't want your background to be brighter than the foreground. Otherwise, the photo will always show up as way darker than it really is.
Yeah, that's how a silhouette works. If I go outside and Mark takes a picture of me and the sun is behind me, my face is going to be in the shadow.
Depth of field is a thing.
Yeah, so for this photo, all you would need to do is walk your body around and take it from the side, or
walk your body around, just the feet.
Yeah, just the feet. Brighten these up a little bit. You can do that pretty easily with iPicky. This one, however, is over brightened. This is where we've lost some of the contrast, and it almost makes it look foggy. So that would be an example of over brightening. You only need to brighten a little bit. Most of your photos look really nice. You just need to take a step back.
Yeah, and just work on the lighting. Some of the photos are great. Some of the photos with the lighting is wonderful. We know it kind of stinks. Like if you're relying on natural lighting, it can be kind of a pain in the butt sometimes because some days you just don't get the lighting that you want. And sometimes you just got to wait a day. I mean, it happens. It happens to all of us. We even have some where we'll go like a week without good lighting and we have to redo a photo shoot because it just turns out like butt. So don't be afraid to wait to take photos until you have proper lighting.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And do them early. You know, a lot of people have that problem when they plan to launch product. If you do product collections, you wait until the last minute to do your photos.
Don't do that. As soon as your products are done, do it when you have a day available.
Yeah, absolutely. I would even recommend, like, if you guys are needing something to do right now, start working on Valentine's Day and get that stuff planned out.
This time of year, especially if you live in the Midwest, is a great time for photos because it's always cloudy. So right now, if you have any products you're going to be releasing in the spring that you need photographed, I would go ahead and do that. That hanging shelf is going to drive me nuts.
This is not feng shui.
It's a good photo. That's the thing that I hate about it. It's just my OCD is killing me. Tilt the dang shelf.
He's imagining everything just sliding off the shelf.
Now I'm going to be sitting here with anxiety for the next time.
It's probably, the shelf is probably straight. It's just the angle.
Yeah. It's just how they have it positioned. It's fine.
Yeah,
I get it.
If I'm buying a shelf, I don't want to feel like the shelf is going to fall apart. Yeah, just tilt your photo a little bit. Overall, though, your products are really nice. I think it's just photography is the number one thing that I would focus on working on. You have a listing video.
I love it.
Very cute. Some of your products. Little blurry, not quite center. Honestly, your photo, I think that it's just photos seem to be your weak point here. So I would just try to work on photos. Tomorrow, Brand Planet, we'll talk about creating a nice cohesive brand image. Yeah, a nice cohesive theme. So that might be something that could help you as well. Let's go ahead and grab these Christmas trees because I like these. Cute. Yeah, this photo is really nice. If you just took that step back so that they were fully displayed in the thumbnail and not do the square images, Etsy photos are more long, horizontal. So, oh, look at that. I've got an idea of how big they are. Though I can't tell if these are inches or centimeters. I'm assuming these are inches. I would make sure that the ruler is like pushed out enough so that I can actually tell.
Well, yeah, those are inches. Are
they? Because here's a business card in comparison.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yes, but you can tell because of the lines that are on it, goofball.
Oh, well, I can't tell because
She's not a mather.
I don't math things. I never measure. Looks like you've got photos from your Instagram stories. That's okay.
I love that little dude in the middle there.
I don't think
Makes me very happy.
I don't think he's included.
I don't think he's included, but I want him anyway.
And your packaging. Ooh, your packaging is pretty. You should post this more. You should put this down in your about section because these are really pretty. Boho Christmas trees, colorful holiday decor. Let's see. Okay. I don't know enough about your keywords to be able to tell, but I assume that you've done some research here. I'm not seeing a lot of repeats. Christmas and Christmas, that's only one. Boho and boho. Mini boho tree, boho Christmas trees. You could just put mini in the front of this, mini boho Christmas trees, and accomplish the same thing and eliminate this entirely.
I mean, unless you're trying to exact match boho tree.
Yeah.
I guess.
Overall, your shop is really, really nice. I think that it's mainly a photo issue that you could improve upon here.
Your products are cute too.
Yeah, they're really pretty. I want to, now that I've looked at your products, I'm not really connecting to the bells. I was imagining like a rustic, dark metal barn.
If you can capture the same kind of feel as what you have going on with your banner with your product photos, I think you'd be on point.
Yeah, like the I never know what to call this yarn. It's like the frilly.
It's in the description.
The fuzzy, the fuzzy yarn. With
yarn.
With these colors, the pink and the blue and the yellow, like trying to incorporate those in. All right, are we good?
Are we ready? Man, hey, look at that. We're back on camera. Go ahead and excuse me, any HAA questions you might have if you're just teetering on the edge there and you need that little push. If you have any questions, any hesitations.
Samantha, I hated HAA, hated my beautiful new branding, hated finding my ideal customer, hated my fab new photos, hated my growing mailing list, hated all these new orders. And as for trebling my income, I'm assuming she meant tripling. Tripling?
Tripling?
Trebling?
Triple dipple?
Triple dipple?
Triple dipple? All right.
We'll
go ahead and start. If you don't have questions, they don't have to be specifically about HAA.
Yeah. We're here for a little while.
We're here for the next half hour. So
ask us stuff.
If you're asking us questions. If not, I'm going to go eat fajitas.
Ooh, are we going to go to El Rancho?
Oh, I think we're going to go to El Rancho Grande.
Amber, are you jealous? We're going back to El Rancho Grande. I love El Rancho.
Yeah. I sell wedding invitations that use cordial.
Cordial?
Most sellers I've noticed do put the cordial logo on the first photo, but does that hurt ranking? It's in the corner.
It doesn't hurt your ranking. Etsy won't feature you in an editor's pick, which is already very unlikely. It's like luck of the draw. But I mean, you have to have like really great photos and everything first. It's not going to hurt your ranking though. Your ranking has nothing to do with your photos. But it won't get you featured in an editor's pick if that's something that you aspire to do someday.
Lucy is talking on behalf of Amber. Amber's sad. She got, well, how many was it? 250 orders while she was here?
Something ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. They had to put her shop on vacation because she was getting too many orders.
Yeah, she was to the point where her orders were coming in and she's like, I don't want any more. Because she was vacationing here with me.
Let's see. Yeah, people talking about used to have the issues with their photos getting cut off. Yep. So, not a star seller. I got dinged for not responding in 24 hours, but it's someone I bought from, not someone I sold to. Didn't realize that I had to respond to those fast as well.
Could you
That's silly.
Yeah.
Maybe hopefully they get rid of that eventually. That's kind of silly. All right. Okay, they had asked, I have a question. Do you think that I need to change my name? It's the 𝔸𝕚𝕚𝕚𝕒 shop. I'm a registered LLC. I mean, not necessarily. It's and this goes for anybody. If you're naming your shop and your name is extremely close to something that already exists, that is well established, you need to be careful because it's not just copying a direct name that you have an issue with. Like, if I were to name my shop Hotter Topic.
Hotter Topic.
Like, it's not the same name,
but it's
derivative.
Yeah.
Right? So derivative is still and we're not legal experts. Legal disclaimer here. Pew pew. Not legal experts. Derivatives are still risky. So, like, if it's somebody else that you think might call you out for it, like if there's another shop called 𝔸𝕚𝕚𝕚 without the CBs on the end of it and they're well established, I'm not saying that they could do anything about it, but if they are around before you, they still hold the copyright to the term 𝔸𝕚𝕚𝕚 before you. You know what I mean?
Not only that, but people are going to associate you with their brand as well. I think that it's more of, you could keep the brand name as your LLC. You could easily go into Etsy and just change your shop name for how it displays. And that's just how it displays and how people find you.
Yeah.
That has nothing to do with changing your LLC. You don't need to change your LLC. Nope. That can be your registered name.
Yeah, that can still be your LLC.
Yeah.
Making her sad. For those who use POD, do you offer gift cards in your shop, and how exactly does that work on Etsy?
We do not.
I do not know. Gift cards for your shop only, I mean. I don't know.
We'll let some of the alphas.
How was your visit with Amber? Your post seemed like you had fun. New tradition now. Yeah, we're going to go over there next.
Yeah. Next will be over there, but we did have a lot of fun showing her all of the American things and eating all of the American foods.
Mm-hmm.
We got
I was mostly just eating the American foods. They were pretty blown away by the food here.
We were trying to show her like all the favorites, like, oh, this is the favorite place to go for this. This is the favorite thing. And we don't really like supporting Chick-fil-A, but we did get her Chick-fil-A since that is the chicken sandwich in the US. She took a bite of it and she's like, this is a dessert. because their buns are so sweet. She's like, this is a dessert. We're like, no, it's not. But apparently Chick-fil-A is a dessert.
Yeah. Watching Scott eat was pretty interesting. I don't know if he's in the room listening.
Oh, no.
I would just watch him because he would try things and like together. He would take like this thing and
mix
eat
it with this
thing. And then we went to Texas Roadhouse. Had to take him to Texas Roadhouse. And he took sweet potato and steak and made little chunks, put them on, and then he scooped applesauce with it. He ate the steak and sweet potato with applesauce. And if you're here in America and that confuses you as much as it confused me, we're on the same boat. Because that was a very confusing thing. He's like, this is a sauce. I'm like, that's a food, sir. That is a food you eat on its own. But apparently that's...
He said that it would be the same as if we ate ketchup with a spoon.
Yeah.
Like, no, that's like what you give your kid when they're too picky to pick out something on the side menu. You get them a bowl of applesauce.
Goofy British people.
We love you.
We love you.
We can't wait to go there so you can feed us pudding that isn't pudding and mince that isn't mince and pies that have weird things in them.
Okay. Good question. AKA question.
Drop Everything Studios. I like that name. What do you make?
HAA question. I'm on board how to convince my husband, aka business partner. He thinks we can just figure out everything on our own.
You probably can, but it's going to take you time because everything that you need to know, you don't know that you need to know it until someone says.
Yes. Couple different premises for you here.
Yeah.
College, right? You go to college to be a doctor. You could figure out everything you need to know about being a doctor by yourself. You could buy the textbooks yourself. You could find the different courses. You could buy the little dolls and things that you cut open and perform surgery on. You could do it entirely on your own, but you don't know what you need to learn through college. You can't just look at a thing and say, okay, well, here's all the things that I actually need to know. It's a structured form of education that teaches you the things you need to know and the things you didn't know you need to know.
So you can do it faster without trial and error.
Same thing as you could probably figure out how to file all of your business taxes on your own by reading all of the different laws, but you don't. You go and you hire an accountant, or you go to a tax specialist that specializes in business tax accounting. We don't. If you're not comfortable buying HAA, that's fine. We understand the hesitation.
Don't end your marriage over HAA.
Definitely not. But it's one of those things where we can't. There's nothing we can really do to convince. If he wants to do it all on his own, that's fine. But that's why we offer the 30-day money back guarantee. It's not just as like a selling point. Like obviously it helps people be more comfortable, but that's the point. It helps you be more comfortable. So if you're actually hesitant, it's something that you want to do. It's something you have to agree on together, obviously. It's a video game design company my husband started. But
okay.
But you can always try it out, and if it doesn't work for you or it's something you don't think you're going to get anything out of, we give you your money back. 100% of it with no questions asked, as long as you ask within 30 days.
There is a fee for the refund, and we pay the fee so that you get your money back, right? We take the fee on our end?
No, not always, no. There's a bunch of different stuff with that, but for the most part, no.
Okay.
But if there's anything specific that like any specific questions you have that are keeping you from buying, this is the place to ask. 100%. We'll be answering questions this whole time on it. So, would changing residences slow down sales? No.
I don't think so. No. No reason that it would, unless you post that your residence is now a deserted desert island where there's no mail service. One of the factors that we know contributes to ranking is locational data set to what is it called? Localization. I'm sorry. Localization. So you'll be showing in searches for people who are closer to you geographically. You'll be showing up first for them. So if you lived in an area where nobody was shopping on Etsy, then it might be a little bit harder. Speaking of which, yesterday during the eRank live stream, Debbie had brought up that Russia has blocked Etsy. I didn't see anything official. She did send me an article that I haven't had a chance to read. Do we have anybody in the chat from Russia right now that can confirm or deny? Because that would be really sad, because some of my favorite artists are from Russia.
Yeah. And would that involve Ukraine as well? Because most of my favorite shops are in Ukraine.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it is about you people in Ukraine that are so good at woodworking, but keep it up.
Oh, yeah.
And making tools.
Hold up the...
Yeah. Like...
I bought that phone.
It's a phone stand.
Isn't that beautiful? Now I need to get the shop name.
This thing is wonderful. I love it.
It's a dragon skull.
Dragon skull. Yeah.
I'll find it while...
And someone had said tax deductible business expense. Be careful with that. If you're filing your own taxes, I would not risk putting it on there like that, because some accountants say yes, some accountants say no. We can't give you a solid answer on whether or not you can write the course off, because it probably depends from place to place. So be careful with that. Definitely ask. We are not an accredited organization. We are not a college. You do not get college credit for this. It is a course on how to set up and run an Etsy shop. And a bunch of other stuff. Like it's not just like, here's your Etsy shop, set it up. No, it's like everything about running your Etsy shop, everything that you need to know.
I'm trying to get the shop link. The shop is called, it is can you get the link? It is
what?
The shop that did your dragon skull. Can you go to Etsy and type in BOVAGU, also from Ukraine?
I am not getting anything for that. You're going to have to go to your local sales. Bovagu?
Yeah.
Could have just typed this into the chat.
There. Now paste that in the chat for them. I don't know who the seller is. They don't even have any branding, but they have a product that's super unique. I just randomly found them. I just thought they were cool. So
yeah.
Oh, those are so cool.
Oh, they've got a lot of new stuff. Dope. Anyway, we'll look at that later.
Okay.
we have questions.
If I find something from a random Etsy shop and I show it to you guys, I'm not gonna shout out the link to the person.
Oh, it's dope.
All right.
All right. Let's get back up here since you maybe lose my track. I know I'm going to get people who order past holiday cutoff. How do you recommend handling this? I don't offer cancellations, but I do know that it will be an issue since it's early this year.
Why don't you offer cancellations?
Yeah.
First of all, what I would do the moment that someone places an order past the order cutoff date is message them and give them the option to cancel. If you haven't started the order, then there's no reason for you to not offer cancellations unless your products are digital, which if it's a shipping deadline, then they're obviously not. Offer cancellations. I know that sounds really crazy, but you haven't done any, there's no loss here. You're not it's not a losing situation. If they don't want the thing because they ordered it for the holidays,
there's absolutely no reason to not offer, unless it's a customizable item.
But if she hasn't already, message them first.
Yeah.
Message them, let them know, hi, you've placed this order past my order cutoff date for the holidays. My order cutoff date is actually this day. It should
arrive by X date. However, with the holidays being the way that there are, there's always a chance that there will be slowdowns in shipping and your product may not arrive in time for you to be able to have it for the holidays.
If this is okay with you, I will go ahead and begin working on your order. If not, feel free to let me know and I will do a no cancel cancellation for you. Yeah, just do that during the holiday season. It's the only time of year that I say that you should offer cancellations. But what would you rather have? A bunch of bad reviews because people got a product that they didn't even want? Or make things easy for people. Don't make things harder for them. If you haven't started the product, then there's no reason not to give them a quick message and let them know.
We named it, this is the 𝔸𝕤𝕚𝕚. We named it because my husband says hello beautiful to me and my daughter every day, and my daughter and I both love Bella from Twilight, so there it is. Yeah, I get it. She said that confused me. If you're talking about the name thing, basically if your name is similar to another brand enough, then it can be considered derivative and that can get you in trouble. So just make sure that there isn't another brand that's similar to that name and you should be okay.
Starla's, did you know that I own Robert Pattinson's coat from the dream sequence at the beginning of New Moon when he comes out of the woods and Bella is an old lady and
Scott said applesauce is not a meal, it's a dip. No, it is a meal.
But I own that coat. I own it. The exact one that Robert Pattinson wore. There is essence of Rob Funk on it. I paid way too much money for it.
And there's nothing particularly wrong with using applesauce as a sauce.
We're just bouncing between.
We're bouncing back and forth.
Twilight and applesauce.
Remind me the cost of HJA. It's HAA. Handmade Alpha Academy.
And if you
with your discount price, it is $1,000.
It is $9.97 if you pay one time, but if you want to do the 6-month payment plan, it is $199 per month for 6 months.
For 6 months. However, if you message me by the 4th month and you have the money to completely pay it off, I will allow you to pay it off. Anytime after that, that would just be canceling your 6-month payment. So, yeah.
But you get that discount via the link that's down below. Make sure that you don't just go to handmadealphaacademy.com. You have to go to handmadealphaacademy.com/VIP. That's the secret link that we do for YouTube, in our Facebook group, and for when we send out emails. If people find us on Google, they pay more.
As an HAA member, I think of the course as a business course as one would take in college to go towards their major. That's how you have to look at it. See.
We have every alpha who has gone to college for business specifically has said that they have learned more in HAA than they ever did in college for business. Going to college for business teaches you how to work for someone else's business. It doesn't teach you how to run your own business. HAA teaches you how to create, build, and run your own business.
I've been trying to do stuff on my own for the past 4 years and just signed up for HAA last enrollment. So much has been clearer to me, even though I design stuff for people's brands. Would you appreciate a review from an HAA student who doesn't own an Etsy shop? Yeah, absolutely. We have people ask all the time that say that they sell on other websites.
No, it's Lucy works for Amber, but went through HAA in order to help. That would be like it as a VA perspective.
Yeah, that's totally fine. Any perspective of someone who doesn't actually own an Etsy shop. That's fine.
You are way more likely to get hired by an HAA student to work for them if you have completed HAA.
Little beetle.
There is a little beetle.
What are you, friend?
Okay.
I don't know what you are.
He can hang out over there.
He can hang out over there.
Basement beetle.
Basement beetle. She commented today that the Russia issue was resolved.
Score.
Local potential buyers? ? Not good for knitters in the outer. I don't know.
Looking for questions.
Doesn't really look like we have any questions. There's 150 people here. Does no one have a legit question? And what if they don't even answer? If they want a cancellation, or are they happy to receive their order whenever it arrives?
If they don't answer, ship it.
Yeah, if they don't answer, you have made the effort to contact them and let them know, which gives you a case against them if they leave a bad review. Cover your butt.
Yeah.
Cover every aspect of it.
Yeah, if they message you, or if they go to message you and they see they already had a message from you, then they feel like the dum-dum for not looking at their messages. And if they leave a bad review,
and they don't even like friggin' open the message that you sent them,
then you can tell Etsy, I messaged them and let them know. And then Etsy might remove that review because you did exactly what you were supposed to do.
I won't read that, but I got you. Got you, Christelle. I know the feels. In Ohio, you guys say water ice or Italian ice?
Water ice?
Who calls Italian ice water ice? It's Italian ice.
Italian ice. Most people don't know what Italian ice is.
Or shaved ice.
Shaved ice.
Shaved ice is, most people would call it. Snow cone.
Snow cone.
Call it a snow cone.
Well, if it's not in a cone, then it's a shaved ice.
Then it's a slushy.
Slushy. Yeah, slushy.
I'm doing good on Etsy and will be doing better with a few of your tweaks. Love it. Most of the free stuff Starla has is a basic of what HAA is doing. The course goes in depth and step by step. I mean, essentially, yeah. It confuses people outside of Pennsylvania and New Jersey when we call it water ice. Yeah, because ice is water. It just sounds like you're really confused as to what ice is.
Reminds me of the iced tea episode of Rick and Morty where he is, I am water tea.
I don't get the... Is there somewhere I can learn how to pick a name? I look it up and it's available. Then what? I mean, like checking for copyrights and trademarks and...
if you're in the United States, I think, well, it might be everywhere. UTO trademark database. If you go to erank.com, there's a button like everywhere for the trademark database, but just search trademark database and then they'll give you a search bar and you want to make sure that you're looking at anything that is associated with what you sell. For example, if I decided to make a line of candles called Cozy Comforts, and then somebody else decided to make a line of sweaters and their brand name was Cozy Comforts. Those aren't necessarily associated with each other. They're not the same product. Sometimes you can get away with things like that. I would steer clear of anything that already has a copyright though, because there's also brand confusion. They have reason that they could pick on you later if they're a big brand. But yeah, if you just Google trademark database, you should be able to find, what is it called? USTPO? USTPO. There you go.
USTPO. And Lucy also put name checker.
Yes.
Name checker is also a good one. You can just, I mean, if you just Google like trademark check, copyright check, there are tons of websites that you can do it for free.
Yeah. Or brand name trademark check.
Okay.
Did that.
Hey.
Shh. You shh.
Be quiet.
You be quiet.
Should I sell on my own site if the price point for similar/same items on Etsy is lower than I want to sell at? I see others selling for higher than what people do on Etsy on their own sites.
I think that your prices should be the same. Don't compete with with the lowest price products. Find the highest price product for what is similar to what you sell and price next to that. Don't compete with the guys that are down here. They're not competition. Those are the people that you want to beat. Those are the people that you want to be better than. they're undercharging, they're not paying themselves enough, they're working really, really hard and not getting the pay that they deserve, and they're going to burn out, and some will wise up and increase their prices, but most will get tired of what they're doing, fizzle out, and close their shops, which, sad truth, but nobody can remain sustainable unless they have a bunch of employees undercharging for their product. Price right at the top. And then keep your prices consistent, because if I saw that your products were cheaper and I just bought them somewhere else, I would be really upset if I saw that you were charging less for them in a different location.
Has anyone ever had Etsy remove a bad review? Yes.
Yes, we have.
We have. Do you know roughly how many hours it takes to go through HAA and everything suggested? Takes time to go through? No. Because that includes your action steps and everything. But
once doing everything suggested.
Doing everything suggested.
And those are the actions.
But that would entirely depend on the shop and the people.
We already averaged it out. If you were to dedicate an hour a day, you could complete it in 60 days. See, we've already done all the math.
Yes.
You just don't remember. We've done all the math.
How many hours of content are there? I want to say it was like 16?
16 before we updated the SEO section.
Yeah.
So
and it'll probably end up being more once we update it again.
Yeah, not including the bonuses.
Mm-hmm.
It was 16 hours. So that's why we said if you were to do an hour a day, every day, you would be able to complete the course with the action steps within 60 days. Just assuming that you didn't have any breaks. But that's the thing about HAA is it's self-paced. You can take it whenever you want. In fact, most of the students that have enrolled in December have emailed me and said, I'm not going to start until January because I'm busy, which is fine.
Totally fine. If you want to get it now and save it for later, you have lifetime access.
Yeah, you can start it whenever.
And for existing members, when we do the updates, we're probably going to break the videos apart. So it's easier for you to digest. It's not just like a 45-minute long video. It'll be like 10 videos broken apart.
Yeah.
That kind of thing. That way it's easier to do action steps without losing your place.
Oh, we keep forgetting to mention too, when you guys enroll, you get eRank Pro for a year. I pay for that out of pocket for you guys.
Yes, we give you a year of eRank Pro. We pay for that.
Because I am a manager at eRank and Mark is a data analyst at eRank, and it is the best tool for Etsy SEO. We don't get paid for saying
that.
No, we pay to be able to give the tool to you, but we also get paid working for eRank. It's a big thing.
Okay. I'm also going to post the link for handmadealphaacademy.com.
No, /VIP.
Oh, yeah.
That's not the right link.
Delete that one. Remove.
Give them the good link. Give them the good stuff.
There you go. That's how you get a discount.
That's not even that's not an active link.
They can copy and paste it.
Oh, okay.
Shush it.
You did it wrong.
Shush it.
Okay.
I don't want to be fight.
Would HAA be good for scaling my business? We don't have any specific lessons about scaling, but we definitely talk about scalability. Only you can decide how your business scales. If you do hand-painted art, obviously scalability would be creating print-on-demand art. If you create big, intricate, ornate necklaces, scaling your business might include creating some smaller necklaces or hiring help or focusing on something that's more easily to duplicate. We talk about scalability, and obviously scalability is going to be the success of a product, because as demand increases for your product, you'll have to increase your prices to justify the demand, and then you'll hit that glass ceiling eventually where you can't increase your prices anymore, and after that you have to scale because you don't have a choice, because people won't buy if you're charging $600 for a pencil. So you have to make
Tiffany.
Unless you're Tiffany & Co., which does anybody really buy those?
Yes, they do.
No, Kanye West, maybe.
They're the female versions of F-Boys.
But making sure that you are able to keep up, and everybody's going to be different. So there's no way that we can really cover how to scale. Everybody's scaling is going to be different per product. It'll definitely get you thinking about it, though. Yep. I'm not going to lie and say that we have like a big, huge section about it, because we don't. But it'll get you thinking about how to make business easier so that you can scale.
And I wanted to address her comment. She said, I'm scared to Bella. I'm scared to death. I'm going with my backup name in US TPO shows one result that doesn't even compare. The business name is available on the Gov site, but I'm scared now. Don't let it freak you out too much. You're still you had 37 sales or something. Like, you're not big enough that anybody's going to be like suing you for $100 million. Like,
go If you want to ask a lawyer without paying big lawyer prices, you can go to justanswer.com and you may ask one question to a lawyer and pay a couple dollars to do it and not have to actually hire a lawyer.
Yeah, not have to spend $100 an hour getting an answer to a question.
Yeah, you can just
be specific with your question.
Yeah. That's what I would do. It's like
you'll be okay. Don't let it freak you out. You haven't made like 100,000 sales and made millions of dollars on somebody else's name.
And not to mention that they're not going to shut you down. You'll get like a warning and they'll ask you to change your shop name if they even do that.
Don't let it freak you out. Your name might be fine.
Yeah.
Your current name might be fine. We're not legal alerts. That's why we said just slow it. Be all right.
That's a question for Amber. Are you here?
Go get you some CBD and mellow.
Amber, are you here? Or Lucy? How long do you have to cancel items on Printful? I can't remember offhand. Somebody knows.
She said, I work for lawyers. Try 400 to 800 an hour. Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But you can go to Just Answer and get an answer for like $5. Like,
I think it's more than that.
It's probably more than that. Yeah.
If you can get an answer for like under $20,
then you're still good. How long do you have to cancel items on Printful? I don't know.
One of you knows.
Whimsical Muse says tea is just leaf juice. Yes, and if you put anything other than like sugar in it, like honey, it's a soup.
What?
Because when you make a soup, what are you doing? If you make a stock, but the second you take it from a stock to adding ingredients to it, it's a soup, right? So tea with honey in it is a soup.
And tomato soup is a smoothie because tomatoes are fruits.
Yes.
Continue.
Tomato soup is a smoothie. Yes. I'm getting so many sales that I can't keep up. I need to figure out how to get off the hamster wheel so I can make new products, not just keep making the same old ones.
Prices need to go up.
Yeah. Price increase a little bit. Little bit.
Yeah. Start with the price increase. That way, even if you're still making the sales, you're getting paid what you deserve. Sales will slow down, but the sales that you are making will be worth more and it will equal out while still getting rid of some of the work.
Is cereal soup then? Yes. It's milk soup. What is a good profit margin percentage for POD? That's kind of up to you.
That's a very, very vague question. I mean, alphas who do POD, do you have a margin that you stick to? Feel free to let us know.
So the course is handmade centric. Does it translate for vintage sellers?
No, and here's why. And it's not just handmade. Digital, print on demand.
Yeah.
That's fine. Vintage and one of a kind. HAA is not going to be good for you unless you can create products, even just a few products in your shop that can sell over and over again. For example, if you make one of a kind pendants, if you could create a line of 10 bracelets that could sell over and over again, HAA would be fine for you. If you are a vintage shop, but you can create a collection of...
Here's this set of 1985 vintage food storage containers.
Well, then you can't... No, I'm something that you could recreate. Now, the reason for this isn't because we hate vintage sellers, and it's not because we hate one of a kind. It's because Etsy needs to see you making repeat sales on singular listings in order to build a listing quality score. Could you benefit from HAA? Probably, but you are already at a disadvantage because your products aren't going to rank in search the way that a listing does when it sells over and over. So you just have to be able to create something that can sell over and over. You don't have to be there when you enroll in HAA though. If you want to enroll in HAA and plan out that product later, that's totally fine. You can start applying HAA while you think of something to add in. It's just Etsy's SEO like algorithm is going to favor those listings that sell over and over.
And that's not the majority of the course either.
No.
There's so much other stuff in the course. Building an email list, photo editing, like that's just a small part of the course that isn't for you.
But I don't want you to get to the SEO section and be like,
I can't do this.
Yeah, exactly.
So yes, it is for vintage sellers, but also there's a part in it that's not.
Yeah.
I do sell not really cheap products.
Okay.
And my Black Friday sales were not as good as I was expecting. I've been wondering if adding cheaper products will result in more sales to help my store rank higher. Wonder if a shop ranking on Etsy depends on the revenue the store generates or the number of sales. It's
sales, not
revenue.
No, not revenue. Otherwise, Amber Marie would be screwed because all her products are
Cheap.
greeting cards and they're like couple dollars.
Yeah.
So you could add some lower price items, but that's probably not the issue. A lot of shops didn't do as great on Black Friday. In fact, Cyber Monday was the big day this year. And we believe that it's because this was the first year that people were able to get back into physical stores, and it kind of flopped. But if we're looking at how the trend is going now, Cyber Monday did better and sales seem to still be relatively consistent right now. I would say if you're a newer seller, just keep growing. Don't focus so much on creating cheaper products. You don't want to do that either. But if you think you could incorporate in a couple just quick products that aren't going to cause you a lot of stress to make, you could try it. I don't know what you sell. If you made big, beautiful, expensive pendants, but you wanted to throw in some cheaper earrings, to me, that would make sense.
Do you still make your necklaces?
I do not. I've been, Art by Starla Moore has been closed for exactly 1 year due to the big Swarovski crystal debacle. Then I started managing over at erank.com and started kind of being on the front lines of Etsy data. And I feel that I learn a lot more on behalf of you guys by doing that work than I ever did from selling jewelry. However, I do still sell on Etsy. I run Alpha Depth with Amber, which is where we sell our Alpha merch. We run crazy Etsy experiments. We did one for Black Friday where we told everyone not to buy our shirt. It's we
think anybody bought that shirt, did they?
No, we told them not to. We told them not to.
Yeah, but you also told people not to buy Smarkla, and that's our bestseller.
Well, that's why we did it. We wanted to see if we created something absolutely ridiculous and told people not to buy it, if they would buy it.
Who's going to get the Smarkla tattoo? That's what I want to know.
No. Smarkla did sell. It became a bestseller. But yeah, we do have an Etsy shop at Alpha Depth.
We could do whoever gets a Smarkla tattoo gets free HA. Yeah. Don't ruin your body for me, please. Do you have any advice on Etsy fees? Like, how do I price my items to help with that? I thought I did okay, but I quickly realized I did not. I mean, the thing is, your customers are doing it, or not your customers, your competitors are doing it too.
Yeah, price at the top, price more, price at
price at the top 10% of your audience. If you're confident in your products, don't be afraid to price at what your competition's pricing at. And if your competition is pricing where yours is, then they're either making more sales than you, so they're comfortable with their sales platform, or they're getting supplies cheaper than you, which means you need to look at your supply chain and figure out ways that you can save money without sacrificing the quality of your product.
Yeah, don't undercharge. And if you feel like you can't charge more because your photos aren't as nice or your branding's not as nice, then you need to work on that first. Because you likely have competitors that are charging more than you. You need to get up to their level.
Okay. I make repeatable items from vintage material. Starla and Mark gave me great advice to do that instead of in addition to one of a kind. It has been a huge help.
That's awesome.
I love that.
That's perfect.
That's a great testimonial to that.
Do you have any bestsellers for being able to do that? Anything that is boosting your overall shop?
Yeah. It might take some creativity with what you guys sell if you do one of a kind or vintage items. But it's never going to be impossible. Like, there's always a way that you can do a collection launch no matter what you sell. Even if you do vintage or one of a kind, there's some way that you can build SEO and build repeat customers to your shop.
We just don't want to be those sleaze bags who are like, yeah, our course is for everything.
No, if it doesn't 100% fit for you, then I'm not going to tell you that it will. I'm not going to say that it doesn't fit. Like, it's just a small portion of the course that isn't going to fit for you.
But you're paying for all of the course.
Yeah, but you're paying for all of it. But there's also all the bonuses and the future content that we're going to have. We've got some stuff that we're thinking about working on with Amber. I've got some stuff that I'm going to be adding to it. Like, it's just going to be a growing collection of information that we're not going to present here. Let's see here. There are things I want to make that are exclusive, one-of-a-kind pieces that I want to sell in my POD shop, but I don't have the time to scale it. But I will offer them as exclusive buys.
That's fun for like holidays and things.
Yeah, we did that too.
Yeah.
1 out of 2. I sell a product that I make 2 versions of. One appeals to gift-giving customers, and I sell a lot during the holidays. One appeals to year-round customers, but doesn't get as many sales. How do I market to 2 different audiences, or should I make a second shop? Are they 2 totally different products, or are they the same product, same kind of product, but...
Yeah, be more specific. Now, if you...
a product that I make 2 versions of. It would just depend on what the product is, really.
Yeah, that's really hard. Sometimes you can tie things together. For example, if you made, we had one alpha who makes aprons and little dog bandanas, and I'm like, these are two totally different products. Aprons are for the kitchen, and most people don't want to have dog hair in their food. But
I do.
I said, if you could make the apron and the bandana match, and them have like, you know, mommy's little kitchen helper on the bandana, and you do a matching set, that turns it cohesive, and then that's perfect because it makes sense. There are ways to make things fit, but you have to be able to look at them and say, how do they fit? I don't recommend starting two shops, though. It's until you, here's my analogy that I always use. Okay, everybody's probably sick of hearing it, but if you are out in the rain and you need to build a house for yourself, but you also need to build a house, like, I don't know, for your neighbor, you don't start building both houses at the same time. You're not going to move very fast if you're doing that. But if you spend all your time building one house, then you'll have a house to have a roof over your head so you can stay dry while you work on the second house. You need to get one shop sustainable before you open another one. Double shop does not equal double money, but it does equal double hours, double work. And usually if you're not able to put 100% of your time and energy into a shop, you're only putting 50% of your time and energy into a shop. And then you have two subpar shops
instead of one bombing shop.
Yeah.
So it depends on the kind of product that you sell, but for the most part, if there's similar products, you should be able to get away with one shop.
Yeah.
Am I the only one frustrated by the Etsy app's shipping profile settings? They really need to keep it on the same website and Etsy seller app.
No, I haven't even noticed.
How does the eRank inclusion work if I already pay the monthly fee with eRank Pro? So with HAA, again, we include a year of eRank Pro for free to you guys. We pay for it out of pocket. I send a pretty hefty check every HAA launch. We will cancel your current plan and we will just include it for a year. And then at the end of the year, you take back over.
Well, let me add on that a little bit. It doesn't happen automatically right when you sign up.
No.
When you sign up for HAA, I send you an email. It comes from my special coach email address. Check your spam if you joined HAA and you didn't get that email. That email will outline exactly what you need to send me so I can switch your eRank account over to me. You do not need to cancel your current eRank account. I do all of that. I just need you to send me your the email that you use for your account and or your shop name. I prefer you send me both in case one doesn't work.
Yes.
And then I just switch your billing over to my billing for the year. And then when your year runs up, your account will revert back to free, and then you just subscribe to eRank, and you get to keep all of your info, your data, your keyword lists. None of that will disappear. We'll save that for you, so you don't have to redo it all.
Yeah, my Black Friday sales were kind of blah, and then my shop picked up right after the sale ended. I heard a lot of people say that this year. Black Friday wasn't as big of a deal this year, and I think it was because people were starting their Black Friday sales like way before Black Friday. And then Cyber Monday, like there's some companies that are still doing Cyber Monday sales until like the 7th of December.
If you guys want to see the data on it, Anthony Wolf did a really great blog post about it a couple nights ago. If you go to erank.com/blog, it should be the very last blog up there. But he actually has some really great graphs where you can compare. Etsy is running with the big dogs now in terms of sales. It's like next to Target and some major retailers now. I mean, it looks super tiny on the graph, but it's beside the big dogs. That's the first. It's never been beside big retailers like Best Buy and Target.
It's a big one.
Yeah.
Can you do a shop gift card experiment in your shop? What do you mean?
You can't create a gift card for people in your shop. Etsy offers gift cards, but there's no way to really offer a gift card. You can do a percentage off by dollar amount where you give them their own special code. And can you set no minimums? I think they would still have to spend some money. They couldn't just get free products.
Yeah. People saying they would get the dumb little evil bean tattoo. Amina said, does it have to be permanent? Yeah, it would have to be permanent. I don't think I can legally require you to do this kind of stuff. So if you get a 𝔬𝕗𝕬𝕗 tattoo, please don't expect a free thing because I don't think I can legally give it to you.
I think we would have to talk to a lawyer.
Yeah, I think I need to talk to a lawyer.
Conditions to draft it up.
Requiring people to permanently modify their body for a product, I think probably falls under some pretty weird adult laws that we don't want to get into. Let's see.
See what you did?
Yeah, I did a thing. Somebody's going to get a 𝔬𝕗𝕬𝕗 tattoo.
Don't get a snorkel tattoo.
I'll buy you a McDonald's burger. How about that?
Don't get a snorkel tattoo, please.
I had a shop-wide discount on Black Friday through Cyber Monday and got one sale and multiple favorites. Meanwhile, I made multiple full-price sales earlier this week. People just want full price. Yeah, that's fine.
Let them pay it. And if you guys want to pay double for Handmade Alpha Academy, boy, oh boy, do I have an offer for you. You can go to handmadealphaacademy.com/sales and not get the $1,000 discount. And then Mark and I can go on vacation to go see Amber if COVID settles down. But apparently it's getting really bad in the UK. Sorry.
I mean, it asks reasonable profit margins. Any product, we can't tell you that.
Yeah,
doesn't matter what your product is. I can't tell you what a good product that is entirely dependent on what your industry standard is, and you'll have to Google.
And your supply costs.
Yeah, your supply costs too, because like you're talking about jewelry in 14K filled in sterling. I have no idea, because the profit margin for you as a small seller versus somebody like Helzberg Diamonds is going to be drastically different, because they get theirs directly from the suppliers, and you're going to have to go through a middleman because you don't have $100 million sitting in your pocket, or at least you probably don't. If you do, let me have some. Because you don't need that much money.
Let me have some.
Let me have it. Have it. Who wants to just give me $1 million? We're not rich people. Caitlin Minimalist has shop gift cards. I'm using her shop as an example to try to create a gift card for my POD stuff. Maybe something you guys try for AlphaDapt. We'll have to look into that. I don't know anything about the gift card stuff.
Yeah, I didn't know that you could.
How do you find your target market for real? Everybody says you need to do that, but don't tell you in depth how.
That's what my course teaches.
That's like, yeah.
It's a very, very long and complicated process.
It's a psychological thing, and that's why it takes it took hundreds of hours to write the course, but that also meant that there were hundreds and hundreds of hours of research before the course could be written. So, yeah.
Brand Planet tomorrow. It's all about creating a cohesive brand image that is going to help you to find your target customer. And that's tomorrow, and it's live, and it's going to be at the same time that the Friday Bean is hosted. The link to register for that is down below. That is a good first start for those of you who want to start laying that foundation.
People say, oh, goofballs. Y'all are goofballs. All right, let's try to power around through this because we're going on 2.5 hours now. I'm hungry. All top designers married together their one-off specialist items with everyday ready-made items. It works well because it raises the profile of everyday stuff. Yes. Cool. Boom. I make miniatures. Some stay as miniatures for doll collections. I make others into jewelry. Heck yeah.
Oh, those are the two different types of products.
Oh, okay. Some stay as miniatures for doll collectors. Others I make into jewelry.
Those are the same thing. That's cohesive to me. If the miniatures are the same product, they're just being used in different ways. You don't need two shops. That's fine.
Okay. And then Ruby's question. I'm not answering anything after Ruby's thing down there. When you say listing, is that an individual item within a category or quote unquote listing such as necklace? I'm really confused, but really appreciate all your explanations.
A listing, like the actual little square photo in your shop and you click it and you buy it. That is a listing. You need to be able to sell that singular item over and over again. It has to be the same thing, that same item. Meaning that if I sold, these are for sale actually in the AlphaDapt shop, link down below. But if I was selling the Friday Bean candle and you bought it, I would have another Friday Bean candle ready to go and someone else could buy it. And then Etsy would notice, everybody is buying the Friday Bean candle and leaving good reviews. Let's recommend the Friday Bean candle to more people. That's why creating repeatable products is important, because if you buy it and then it's just gone, Etsy doesn't have anything to recommend. So it's not going to help your overall shop build a good rating in search.
Tina said,
Go buy the Friday Bean candle.
Tina said, I heard some people protested Black Friday to protest big business. You should protest big business. There are only a handful of companies in the world that own almost every major chain on the planet. And because those companies are going to continue getting bigger, and you can't compete with them, eventually, 1,000 years down the line, there's going to be 5 people that own everything in the world. So you should protest big business because they're the reason that we have every problem that we have today.
But not small business.
But not small businesses. And just keep your business small. Branch out.
Keep your business small.
Yeah.
Once you start playing with that Elon money.
Yeah. Once don't get me started. I want to go eat lunch. I'm anti big business. As a college student, I will gladly get a tattoo for Handmade Alpha Academy. Heck yeah. We missed that. What's up? Yeah, what'd it do? I challenge 2 million people to give Mark $1. You give me $50 million, I'll fly everybody out for a party. Etsy will become super popular again, like in 2020 because of the Omicron variant. I don't know.
Maybe.
We'll see. There's a new variant. There's thousands of variants. They're just talking about it to distract you. Questions. I'm being controversial because I want to get off of here. Should I take part in Brand Planet if I have HAA? Why not? If you haven't seen it, but you already have it available to you.
Yeah, it's in the bonuses section. You have it. You could go watch it. Obviously it won't be the one that we're recording tomorrow, but it'll be a previously recorded version. Yes. And it's a funny version, I think. I think it's the version of HAA where Bubbers knocked down the Christmas tree.
Yeah. A Christmas tree back here. And it was...
Yeah, it was from like, I think 2 years ago, the webinar, but it's the same webinar. I don't change it up. It's the same one.
Rochelle,
I just read it.
Be careful making gift cards for your shop. There are a lot of laws on them, and they differ between states and states and countries. If Etsy is doing something and you're available to do it on the website and it's illegal in a country, then Etsy will not show it to people in that country. That is not on you. That is on them. If it is a feature of Etsy, you are safe doing it. If it's something that you're doing off of Etsy that interacts with Etsy, then yes, you need to be a little bit more careful with that kind of stuff. But if Etsy offers it to you, you cannot get in trouble for using that feature. Etsy will get in trouble for it, not you.
What time does Brand Planet start tomorrow? Noon Eastern, 11 a.m. Central, 9 a.m. Pacific time, 5 p.m. if you are in the UK. G Mark, tell us what...
You don't want me to, or we will be here forever.
He likes to...
I'm an analyst. I like to tear things apart, and big businesses are going to kill the planet.
I mean, that is true.
They're making a bunch of products that nobody needs. They're all crap. Don't support companies like Walmart if you can help it. There's your advice for the day. Walmart and other big businesses are the reason that our planet is dying. Don't support them. Support small businesses like people on Etsy. Go to your local farmer's market. If you live anywhere in the Midwest, you have a farmer's market, whether you think so or not. You might just have to drive an extra 10 minutes. Buy small business. If you live next to an Amish community, their desserts are great. Go get their desserts.
We do live by Amish community.
It's like an hour away, and I'll drive out there to get some cookies and pie because they're wonderful. All right, that's it. We're out of questions. If you would like to join up for HA, links are down below. If you don't want to join up for HA, stay here on YouTube. Watch our free stuff. Watch me complain about the government. Big business. You don't have to listen to me talk if you don't like me. HA is entirely her talking.
Thank God. Other than Mark's tech guide.
Get off your soapbox, dude. I mean, you're right, but Walmart will be gunning for you. I don't care. What are they going to do? Sue me? If you like the video, like it. Hit the little like button down below. Facebook, I think they got rid of the dislike button, so...
They did. It's there. We just can't see how many.
Get out of it. Protest YouTube for doing that because that's the worst thing ever because now all the movie trailers. All the companies that post those fake, stupid movie trailers using clips from other movies, now you can't tell if they're fake because people would go like down thumb bomb those to pull them out of people's feeds, and now you have no idea whether or not movie trailers, show trailers, and things like that are fake. So that's awful. Tweet YouTube. Tell them how much you hate it. Tweet at Twitter. Tweet Twitter about YouTube.
He's gonna get
Can I give it 2 thumbs up? Nope, you can't, because if you do that, it just gets rid of your thumbs up. You can give it 3 though. That's even better. You can still get the dislike button, but it won't show you the number of dislikes.
Yeah. Rage
out in the comments. It doesn't matter because you're gonna get spammed out by bots anyway. So.
Down button was how we saved the Sonic movie.
Yes, absolutely. Stupid, goofy looking Sonic. Okay. Well, our kid gets off the bus in like 2 hours, and we want to go eat. We love you guys. If you like HA or you have any questions about HA, feel free to like comment them in the Facebook group. Come to
down below.
Or down below. You can comment them down below. I've got an AMA over in the Facebook group where I'm not going to complain about big business. You can ask me questions about HA. Definitely check out the webinar.
Registration's down below.
Yeah, definitely check that out. It is really good information, and it's to get you a little taste of what she teaches like. So, yeah, handmadealphaacademy.com/VIP, and we will see you next week. I don't know how to end a stream. I'm not very good at this. My boyfriend has 3 thumbs.